Hello everyone, and welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden here on Dork Tales. It is blazing hot in the Pacific Northwest right now, which is not something that normally happens up here. So, welcome to Casual Monday here on Rime of the Frostmaiden, because when we designed this game, it was autumn, and our winter outfits are very warm. Even mine! So, hi! Oh, thank you very much. Random Equinox is flirting with us right now. So everybody, I know that you should always start every episode with a shameless plug. So that's what they say in marketing school anyway. So I'm just gonna, sorry. I love the way my arms look in this. Sure. Oh, Mike, I think you need to adjust something on top of your computer. Show your shirt, dumbass.
I just did!
Okay, sorry. I didn't see you do it.
We all did the stretch. We all did the sit-up.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at Christine's shirt for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know
for some reason. No,
okay, sorry, Mike. Do it again, though. I want to see you do it slow. Oh, baby girl. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, we decided that it was way too hot to put on costumes and way too hot for Hayden to put on makeup today because they would have just like frickin' melted.
Just melted?
Because it seals your pores a bit, right? So like not 100%, but like 95%.
Well, so not even that, but then the sweat of the heat would be streaky Lysithian.
Yeah.
Lystreakian.
That was bad.
I mean, it was alright. It wasn't
top of game, I already have a popsicle, so we're starting strong.
Yep. Top of game got a nice
lovely iced coffee,
cold cider,
glass of invisible water.
Yep.
Extra ice.
So anyway, this is Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is episode 35, The Tower of Enchantment. We're going to be starting game in just a second. It is still very hot, though, so if we're a little scatterbrained, it is because we're sweating very profusely. And if those of you are wondering, hey, you're in the Pacific Northwest, I checked the temperature up there. It's only like 30 degrees Fahrenheit, or pardon me, Celsius. 30 degrees Fahrenheit. This would be wonderful. The costumes would work perfectly. We'd be a little cold. I'd have to wear extra socks. But you're like, it's not that hot. The Pacific Northwest is not designed for heat. No one in British Columbia, well, most people don't have air conditioning. And our houses aren't built for airflow.
Nope.
So we have hot boxes, from multiple hot boxes.
Yep. We fry.
So for anybody who's all like, oh, climate change doesn't exist. Well,
Fight me.
20 years ago, a hot day was 25 degrees.
Yeah.
Now for
we
those
didn't hit 30 except in a blue moon.
Yeah, 30 was like rare, like super rare.
Now I'm going to speak real talk to my American homies who have no idea what the hell we're talking about. Is like hot where it's not normally hot.
Yeah.
It's like 90, 92 right now here or something like that.
And it's gonna be like a week of it.
And like this area is supposed to not get up past like 85. So it's a bit much. Is a bit much. Yeah. And I want to say, I grew up in Missouri. I know heat. I don't like it. But we're acquainted. We're on a first name basis. Okay? But yeah, anyway, it's quite hot here, so we are just you keep getting excessive heat wave alerts in the desert. Yeah, this world is getting warmer for some reason. I don't know why. That's not the point of this channel. Well,
30-degree weather here generates a special weather advisory where the temperatures are going to be 5 to 10 degrees hotter than seasonal average.
Gross.
And it's like,
yep. Traz, you are absolutely correct. Okay. Like when you move to like the Pacific Northwest, you lose all heat tolerance, and it's also just like it's not designed for it. It's really not, and it's a weird kind of humid up here too. Like it's not sticky humid, but it's like pervasively like the for a place that's supposed to have wind, it's never windy when it's hot. You notice that? It's just still heat.
It was fairly breezy at lunchtime today, which was nice. That really saved my day.
Fair.
Just getting to go sit by the fountain in the breeze.
Also, hello, thank you for the raid, Ravnos Archon. Those of you who see Ravnos Archon and the YouTube, if you're watching later, you can actually find myself and a friend on the channel, James, are going to be over playing under Ravnos Archon starting this Saturday in a short Mage of the Ascension game set in the 1980s, where I have to finish building that character mentally, but I'm definitely definitely an undercover vice cop in the 80s in Miami. Because I had to. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. You should go watch it. Watch me make a fool of myself. And with that, anybody have anything they want to announce before we head in? Some cool stuff. I hung out with some friends this weekend.
I am super excited for tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
What's tomorrow?
My first stream with new overlays, and they look so good. I spent like all afternoon yesterday setting them up and making the widgets work. And
Oh, see, I'm probably not gonna be really streaming until after I move.
Well, it's probably for the best, though. Like,
Yeah, because it's like I want to stream because I'm in a big event with like 30 other people in Elite Dangerous, where we're going across the galaxy exploring stuff. And it's like, I want to be able to do it on a regular basis, but it's also like, I have an entire house to pack by myself.
that's fair.
I mean, that's fair. Like, since I'm getting my second vaccine shot tomorrow, I will let you know if I can help you move, since it's going to be a weekend, but I'm already at 80% 5G. So,
Yeah.
like, honestly, if you two have been careful, it should be pretty easy to help you.
Yeah,
But
and,
yes.
and I mean, I'm at 80% 5G as well. So.
5G coverage. You are coming in a little quieter, though, so I don't know if you're 5G.
Oh, well, maybe my audio settings got adjusted stupidly or something.
Maybe. Are they coming in a little quiet for anybody else?
Am I quiet for other people?
No?
No?
No, sounds normal to me.
Yeah.
You're just a little quieter. You just speak up.
Do you want me to bump it up by 5 or something?
Yeah, bump it up by 5. Anyway, hi everybody. It's so hot. We're dumb. We were talking about whether or not we were going to do a just chat tonight, but then we're like, no, let's play some games.
Let's play some games.
Let's play some games. Okay, and let's get. These
I can think because I don't have a wig on, going like, "Oh, I'm hot."
Because I don't have a
I'm
mic.
trying to regain brain power because just like as Shazalta was saying, for me, I just go dumb after like a certain hours of being in the heat. Like at the end of workday, I was doing really stupid things, and I was just like, my brain is just putty right now, so I'm trying to like unputty it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know why I chose to wear a wig tonight.
Because
Yeah,
it looks
great.
great.
I mean,
It does look good.
So I'm like,
But you cray.
Your brain is putty in my hands.
I mean, it's not too late to change your mind.
No,
You could def-
honestly, I'm like, it's cute.
Your hair just shaking. You look hot.
It's my hair.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's that?
Yeah, I mean, like,
That's cute.
Hayden,
It's cute. Yes.
you look hot, and also very warm right now.
It is very warm.
It's very warm. All right,
it's
so
like 28 degrees in my room.
this is
I
bullshit.
know. I have the bathroom fan on, just hoping it sucks out some of the heat.
I have 2 fans pointed straight at me. One that's kind of coming in over top of my desk and below, and one that is just a foot fan. So like all my pages are shifting, and I'm trying to make sure they don't make noise, but
fair.
it
Shifty.
feels good.
I have no fans.
I have one fan. It's
I have
like-
my window open, and that's it.
All right, so, folks, I think it is time for us to start playing Rime of the Frostmaiden. So, with that, I'd like everybody to think cool thoughts. My God, even my legs are hot. Why are my legs hot? They're naked.
Right?
You shouldn't be hot. You're naked.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
they're pretty
like-
hot because they're,
Like,
Yeah.
they're uncovered. There's no hair on them. Why are they hot?
I mean, there's hair on mine, but like,
There's none on mine.
I have the
And
I
they
have
are
the
hot,
nice
so-
amount of hair on my legs. Not too much, not too little. Just the nice amount of guy hair. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
you don't have like
I don't have a
bare
forest.
legs.
No, and like I don't have that like over. Like you can't even. Like you can't even really because of the lighting.
That sort of channel, huh?
You can't even see, right? Like,
Ellie's trying to get those views up.
oh god. So
We're gonna have the daddy DM comments come back.
Yep.
I'm in.
So there was this so I'm on a bunch of like Facebook, Twitch channels for promotion and stuff, and which is the worst places to be. The number of people on those channels that are solely there to be misogynist against girls that are posting videos or streams where they're wearing like a low-cut top or is just like, or cosplay is out of this world. And the other day I was there and there was this one person whose name escapes me, but she does a spooky themed hot tub stream in like a low cut like onesie, but she's
Stacked.
yeah, she's like
Bodacious.
she's like 2 basketballs stacked, right? But people were like all these guys were tearing her apart, which immediately makes me go follow, just because, here, have a follow. These people were shitty to you, right? But I went and checked out her stream. It was hilarious. She basically was doing like a cross between Pee-wee's Playhouse and Elvira in a hot tub,
Oh my god.
where she has like a skeleton in the hot tub with her, and she's like taking phone calls from dead people, and like
so
it was
funny.
dorky and great. And I'm like, bro, you guys just need to be able to like support other creators. Twitch isn't just about video games, like, and if people aren't watching, you don't have to get on these channels. They're gonna dry up anyway. There must be
Yeah.
something about
Yeah.
them, even if it is just thirst bait. But guess what? There's a place for thirst bait. Just because you're not getting any doesn't mean that nobody else wants to enjoy it. Anyway.
Also, they probably have the 18+ filter on their channel. So if your kids are circumventing that, that says something about your parenting, not
Actually,
her.
I don't think they did, because she doesn't do anything inappropriate. She just hangs out and does a variety show in a hot
fair.
tub. And it's like, there's nothing scandalous about it. Like, it's just a kind of low, like One Piece. The kind
Yeah.
you'd see at any pool. Anyway, people are weird. People are really weird.
I should stream it. I should stream it just chatting while I'm flying.
If you can do that legally,
Yeah.
like without violating any like terms of etc., yeah, do it.
Yeah, well, because like my headset has a mode where like it mutes other audio if I hit the radio button or if a radio call comes in, it automatically mutes it and everything. And I can plug my phone into my headset as well, and use the headset as my mic and everything. So I could probably do it.
get one of those sticky mounts to put your phone in, sort of thing.
Exactly. So I mean, it would take a bit of effort to make it work, but I'm sure I could, and I think that'd be a lot of fun.
So
Well, and you could just sit there on like tarmac to make sure that everything works and doesn't.
Yeah.
Don't figure that out in the air, but
Right.
and I just
you should
put,
get one of the
Say
ones
it's
that
distracted
clamps.
flying a thing.
Don't have the phone just sit and have it clamped so that you can do like the weird turns and like hold a pen in front and do the swoopy thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
but yeah, I just posted her channel in the chat. So it's someone named Spoopy Loopy.
Okay, I'm gonna
Go
go
check this out.
Go check it out. She seems like she's a cool person, and like it's dorky.
That's barely anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they are big.
Hell, go to a beach or like a pool in the Midwest and you'll see that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a scandalously low cut top.
no, but people
No.
were saying all sorts of really toxic stuff, and I'm like, follow,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toxic stuff. Hit the follow.
hit the
I'll
follow.
follow.
I'll follow.
Go see.
God,
Go,
that's
like,
great.
I mean, her numbers are going up pretty high, but like, good for her, I guess. I need to
Yeah,
wear
fair
I need to
enough.
wear a bikini and stream. I can't wear a bikini. I guess I wear a one piece. One Piece.
Wear One Piece.
Hayden can tell me all about One Piece
I
because you
could.
because you voiced Nico Robin first, right? Like, child.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, didn't
No,
you voice?
I was
No, didn't you
young-
voice young Nico?
I was young Rosinante, which is Ray Chase's character.
There we go.
So I'm like, I got to be baby Ray Chase. But I was young Rosinante, and I was just a little boy. And most of what I did in those episodes was like scream, sob, and then beg fucking Doflamingo. Yeah, it was a whole lot of that, and beg Doflamingo not to shoot our dad. It was great.
Yeah, that sounds pretty great.
Dofi, no, it was a whole lot of that.
Nice.
But
All right.
you know, good.
Oh yeah. You don't wanna use her right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so folks, we're gonna head into Rime of the Frostmaiden right about now. Hello and welcome to Rime of the Frostmaiden. When last we left the party known as Caveat Emptor, you were inside of the doomed city of Ythryn. But before we do that, let's do intros. Thanks, Robin.
You're welcome.
Keep me on track
you.
there.
Got
So, as usual, I'm the Dungeon Master Kelly. I use he and him pronouns. Happy to be here tonight because I'm out of my mind from heat. Take it away, Robin, since you called me on this.
Oh, great. Speaking of out of their mind from heat, hi guys, I'm Robin. My brain is also putty tonight, but I think that perfectly works for playing, you know, our lovely Mounts Wolf Barbarian Vistra, who I will be playing. And I use she, they pronouns, and Vistra uses she, her.
Well, you can't ask anyone a question anymore, but what's your favorite swear word? It's the great S word.
Hey, you
That was
fuck.
pretty... Yeah, okay, there's that too. All right, pass it along.
Oh, I'm supposed to pass it? Well,
You have 3 choices, just go.
I know, Mike.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike. I use they, them pronouns. And tonight I am playing our lovely human bard, Katarina Firestring. Next up, let's go with Christine.
Okay.
Hello, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I am playing Callie Thornhill, our halfling druid, and she is adorable and wonderful and gets in fights with Lysithian. So, take her away, Hayden.
Hello! Hi guys, I'm Hayden Davio. I use they, them pronouns, and tonight I'm playing Lysithian Callisto, our moon elf wizard. They also use they, them pronouns, so that's a bonus. Makes it easy for y'all. And oftentimes I get in fights with probably everyone in the party except for Katarina. I don't think I've ever fought with Katarina, ever.
I think we've exchanged stern words like once.
Once.
But
there was never
otherwise-
like...
Yeah, like otherwise, like we've never threatened each other.
No.
Like we've bounced cool ideas off each other.
And
Overall,
nice.
like Cat and Lysithian have
We're
acted
pretty good.
well.
Nice.
I'm terrible to everybody else, apparently.
Yeah,
Right?
we get into a lot of disagreements.
We do.
Although Cat does usually step in when Lysithian and Vistra start bantering, and then Cat goes, "Kids, come on!"
Children,
And
please.
everyone's like, "Cat, what the hell?"
Girls,
Except I'm older than all of you, so...
I don't know if
Not
that's...
that-
Not by that
Yeah,
much.
maybe.
I'm like 200.
Yeah, well, Cat's 125, 130.
Yeah,
I'm
this
still
was about that
200.
too.
Callie's 40.
Half
You're the baby.
Are you only 20? Is that...
No,
wait, is
26.
that legal for a halfling? Don't halflings age
Yes.
slower? Okay.
I mean, I think Very's only like 28.
Halflings don't actually really.
But you made
age
your
that
parents
slow, as far
100
as I'm
plus in your character questionnaire that I sent you. Your parents are over 100.
How old do halflings get?
Not very old.
aware. Not that old.
Like about 100. So I'm like, your parents are almost dead. They're old people.
I
They
must
had
have
you.
misread
They had you
the-
late in life. Anyway, that's another game for another time. Tonight we are going to be using some of Dan Kahn's rewrites of the Towers of Magic for Rime of the Frostmaiden. Real quick shout out. This is available on Storyteller's Vault. They're really good additions that flesh this chapter out in ways that the original book didn't quite manage. It's still an okay chapter, but these make it much better. Pardon me, not Storyteller's Vault, Dungeon Masters Guild. You'll be able to find the link in the YouTube description, and anybody on the break, I will make sure it makes it into the chat. It's super cheap too. I got the entire 8 towers for like 12 Canadian dollars, which is like nothing in American, where most of our viewers are from. So, if you want to run this, go get those. They really help. All right, and with that, any last things before we start?
No?
And with that case, then, you make your way across Ythryn. Moving forward, you see pink light from a symbol near the top of a nearby tower. It's at the top of the immense circle that is the city of Ythryn. It's close, very, very close to the side of the glacier. Ice begins to form and crystallize all around your feet. It becomes slick. Are you all... I need to know, are you wearing your crampons full time now?
Here, probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Lysithian, at least.
Because the system doesn't give you downsides for wearing crampons full time, even though you would suffer them.
Yeah.
Taking some time, you'll manage to make it forward. Putting yourself right at the base of this immense tower. Past a domed structure, you look up and see pink light radiating from the symbol of enchantment there at the top of it. The tower is casting a pink shade on the glacial wall behind it. Most of the structures around it have collapsed, and it seems almost lonely there. There at the peak of this tremendous plate that the city finds itself on. Nearby structures have all been leveled, or now have been smashed or frozen over completely. The Tower of Enchantment is the only place that you can go around here. An arched entryway leads into the base of the tower. Who heads in first?
I'd like to make an Arcana check if I could, and just check for any runes or anything that I might recognize as, like, maybe being a trap or anything like that.
Sounds good. Go ahead and make me an Arcana roll, please.
Okay. 15?
15. Okay, 1 second. Looking up, you are going to see, obviously, this is the arcane symbol that represents the School of Enchantment. Are you using Detect Magic or anything like that?
I don't have it up right now, no.
Okay. You will definitely get the sense that this tower is magical in some sense. However, that's all that you're going to see. There does not appear to be any innate traps or anything on there. No, it doesn't look like there's any runes like with the previous, like the Tower of Divination. You think it's probably safe to enter.
Alright, I think we're good to head in.
Okay.
And I will start going in.
As you approach, all of you will notice that even those of you without dark vision will have no trouble seeing. The tower glows with pink light that dances around it, almost as if it was a tremendous version of the spell Dancing Lights.
Okay.
Heading through the front door, I need everyone to make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, no.
Okay. It's gonna be a 9.
Oh, Vistra. That's gonna be a dirty 20. What the fuck? Vistra.
Cool.
Yes.
28.
19.
Perfect. And okay, so that's gonna nuke Velen. Lysithian.
I got a 9.
Okay. On to success. Each of you who have succeeded are affected by the Bless spell while inside of the tower.
Ooh.
Each of you will be able to.
That's all saving throws?
So bless. You bless up to 3 creed, blah, blah, blah. Whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, you can roll a d4 and add the number to an attack roll or saving throw. This can be stacked with Bardic Inspiration.
Cool.
Those of you who failed are inflicted by the Bane spell.
Yeah.
So, same thing, d4 minus. Just add it to your d4 when you, or your d20 when you roll. As soon
And
as
it's
you,
a one-off, right? It's not a continuing thing?
it is while you remain in the tower.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yes.
Damn.
So, does that mean that Lysithian could technically leave and walk back in? And have to save again?
No.
Okay.
No.
It just applies each time you're in the tower.
It lasts until the moment you leave the tower. If you failed, it's going to last for 24 hours. Or
Okay.
until you leave the tower. But then it's going to pop back. don't try to hotwire the game. You don't know the conditions, so. Stop it.
Hotwire everything.
I just thought it would be funny if Lysithian had to keep going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, if you keep failing.
Motherfucker!
Just grab a burger.
Why can't I pass this check?
Okay. As you step inside, each of you will feel the energy of this place, heighten your senses. You feel more alert, more empowered, more in your element, except for Lysithian and Velen. Velen, who of course is played by Judi Dench in the film. I don't like this.
No, I don't like it either.
I really like this. This is beautiful, and it's pink.
Oh, great.
Yeah, what happened? I feel good.
Of course the bard
It's
likes
weird.
it.
Well, I like pretty girly things, okay? And this entire room is pink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not judging you, I'm just saying I don't get a good feeling from this place.
As soon as you step inside, you will find that Katarina does love this place. For once you enter, you are going to notice that the tower is a tremendous circular room. The room in front of you is serene and holds several faux plants positioned around the periphery, illuminated by gaudy pink lights. Banners depicting pleasant scenes of meadows, sunsets, and waterfalls hang from the walls. A long line of disheveled carpets lead across the icy floor and toward an upward staircase. The place glows and twinkles with just wonderful energy. Smoking vapor in pinks and whites and silvers swirls just lazily around the ground and through the air. This place looks like a mystical brothel. Which, there we go.
This is gaudy.
Enchanting.
Oh my.
It's sure is something.
Gaudy.
Yeah.
So looking around, you can see that everything aside from the carpets in front of you are completely frozen solid from being this close to the glacier.
Cool. Kelly,
Mike.
can I do a perception check? See if there's anything that stands out in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is going to be, I believe, a dirty 20. A 21, actually.
Actually, you standing just inside of the door, you think that someone had been through here recently. There's the slight smell of burning in the air.
Hmm.
But you don't see anything that would confirm that, though.
Okay.
Yes,
Cool.
Lysithia.
Check it out.
I was going to say, can I take a look around and like move through
Absolutely.
if I can and try to
Absolutely.
investigate?
So the carpets run a kind of a straight path, minus like where they're not connected in the center, across the whole thing. So if you don't want to walk on ice, you could actually make it across them. There are also some chairs in the top left corner of the room. Well, more like just one big pink statue chair, as well as 4 chairs kind of toppled over on the right side, and these frozen, jagged plants. Where are you headed?
Let's see. So there's the frozen plants here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just going to take a look. Let's see. What do I have here?
Sure. And what's everybody else doing?
Viscer's gonna go to the like tussled over chairs and kind of look around and see.
Okay. So
And take a
you're
look
gonna-
at the plants and all that stuff.
Yeah, Callie's just gonna kind of wander into the middle.
Sounds good. Vistra, you're gonna be... Nope. And Lysithian is going in first, and then like this, I think, is kind of the order.
Yeah.
Cool. Can I get an initiative roll? Oh, damn.
Right away.
All right, purple sparkly dice, don't let me down.
All right,
Yeah.
come on. Wait, that's a D12,
Oh,
Robin.
yeah.
We don't roll a D12 for initiative.
I did that the other day.
11.
It didn't work out well. Okay, pop it in the chat. Let's do this.
Boy, that was wild initiative there. I rolled.
Okay, so not Malia, Callie.
I mean, Mally is kind of involved in this.
And Hayden, did you remember to subtract a d4?
Oh, you're right. You're right. I forgot those.
Oh, do I get to?
Oh,
Okay, that's gonna be a 10.
D4.
You
I
gotta add a
rolled
d4
1.
because it's an ability check technically.
Oh, never mind. Disregard.
1 sec.
I'm gonna write a new thing for initiative at the
Yeah,
stop.
go ahead. Okay.
Wait.
I rolled max.
You
on my
just typed
D4.
initiative.
I know. Well, I was gonna put it so you knew where the break was of the new
Oh,
scores.
okay.
But
I was
then
just.
Christine went in first.
I thought you were just that fried.
No, I'm not that fried.
That was just that quick.
Okay.
You were that quick. I was trying to
Mike,
put the break.
Roll a d20 for me, please.
Ew, ew,
Okay.
Yuck.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Cool. I rolled a 16, so I gotta go first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cat. Velen rolled a nat 1, so that's great.
Good job,
I
Helen.
think she goes first.
Then. Oh, that was even without the -4. Then is going to be Scythian. Then it's going to be. And as you walk across the floor, you have to walk between the front plants, and as you do, you will step ahead and feel the soft, plush, almost velvet of the carpets as you step across them. And then as you take a step, you feel the carpets stick to you. And glancing down, they begin to roll and writhe, and you realize that these are tremendous tongues. And I got a surprise round. Hold on one sec.
I can't be surprised unless I'm incapacitated.
Fair, then you will not be surprised.
But I have to rage, which is fine, because I feel like I want to rage at this time.
Sounds good. There we go. These carpets suddenly surge to life. Dozens of teeth form around their edges. Dozens of tiny beady eyes appear on them. These carpets are mimics.
Oh no!
And all right, so going through the initiative, do you have to be enraged to? You have to rage if you are
It's
not
my
surprised.
first thing.
Okay.
It's my first thing I have
so
to do.
Callie, you are surprised. Vistra, you are not surprised. What do you do?
I would like to rage, and then I'm gonna take 2 fucking swings at it with my greatsword.
All right, I actually don't have like a mimic a mimic carpet image, so I'm just going to use the normal mimics for those of you who are watching. All right, go ahead. So the
right,
mimic
I'm
is
not-
directly beneath you. You are grappled.
Cool.
So,
What the actual shit?
so reminder though, you are grappled, so you have to spend your action escaping.
If I want to move, I thought.
If you want to, yeah, if you want to move, that's true.
No, I'm taking 2 swings.
Okay.
I rolled a nat 1 and a 3, so those are the I'm not gonna hit on either of
All
those.
right,
and something's
swinging
gonna
downward,
happen.
you are going to feel that your sword is sweaty, and as you swing, it's going to slip and roll out of your hands, sliding next to those chairs. You are now unarmed.
Why are you taking my weapons away from me now?
It's right there.
As you keep failing.
Okay,
You got butterfingers, Vistra. Jeez.
let's see. So,
You know what we need to do? We need to attach a little thong to the end of your sword and wrap it around your wrist
really
so you
true.
can't lose it.
like the Wii
Wiimote.
remote things.
Yeah.
all right. So, the mimic that you are standing on is going to go and is going to crank up the fight music. I realized. Bump 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 bump. Where is the? Here we go. It's a little epic for mimics, but I'll take it. All right. This is gonna go to Lysithian, Callie, and Vistra.
All right.
Okay. So Lysithian, I have a 12 to hit you.
That does not hit.
Okay, Callie, I've got a 20 to hit you. Vistra, I've got a 22 to hit you.
You know
Bitches.
that will hit.
All right,
I'm
so
unarmed. This fucking sucks. Why, Vistra? Why, Barbarian Dice, did you just betray me?
all right, so that is going to be yep, that's going to be that. Okay, so let me just get some math. And then I've got these. All right. Callie, you are first up. You are going to take 10 points of piercing damage as this thing begins to roll up, plunging its dagger teeth into your thighs. You're also going to take 10 points of acid damage. Vistra,
Sorry, how many piercing?
10.
10 and 10?
10 and 10. I rolled really easy on that. Vistra, you are going to take 12 points of piercing damage, reduces to 6, and 10 points of acid damage, because I keep rolling 10s on this. I'm also going to spend a hurt them more, and I would like Cat. Can you make me a dex save, please?
Alright. That is going to be... That's fairly high.
Okay.
That's going to be a 24.
Sounds great. However, because you are in a line, I'm going to force Velen to make this roll now that you succeeded. Velen is going to succeed by the skin of her teeth. Even with the D4 minus, the mimic curls up and goes and spits a glob of acid from the northern tail of it that flies past you. This glob of acid is the size of a sport ball. It would have melted your head off.
No, not my head. I need that to be
All right. So, first round of combat, Cat, you are still surprised. Mimic number 2 is going to spit a glob of acid directly at... Ooh, that's gonna be Callie. Callie, make me a dex save.
Balls.
That's always a good sign. Don't forget bless.
18.
18?
Oh, one
Okay.
sec.
That was your
There's a save
D4?
thing. 18.
Vistra, make me a save because you're directly behind her.
Oh, great.
Callie
actually-
drops flat.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'm not using barbarian dice. 'Cause
Well, you squat. You can't lift your feet, so you're having to do.
Okay, whatever.
Shit
I mean, I
ass
can still
mother
drop flat.
fucking another
Mr.
nat
And we just have to
one
go
on a
totally
different
forward.
die. Fuck
Okay,
you both
hold on.
are going to jail.
I need to know, is Callie going directly forward on her hands and knees? Because if so, she's touching the carpet with her hands.
No.
Okay.
No, she's not that stupid.
Cool. All right.
I'm
You can see.
just saying for effect.
Sounds good. Sounds good. You can see why it was
So-
important to know.
Give me that double damage, Kelly.
Did you not one?
Yeah, the 2 dice that rolled the double nat 20s for me last session just
Okay.
both rolled nat 1s for me.
That's how it do.
Them motherfuckers.
They're getting revenge.
You obviously
Yeah.
didn't sweet talk them enough.
Yeah.
I was sweet talking them for rolling me 2 nat 20s last game.
Yeah, but too much.
Okay, I don't have enough dice, so hold on.
Oh god. Oh god.
That's not
Where
something.
we die, boys.
Vistra. Rip Vistra. Should I start rolling d6s?
No, you'll just play Harwar.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye, Vistra.
Okay.
Bye, Vistra.
Sorry, one moment. Okay, I have to start
And
doing
this is
some math.
acid damage. I can't even reduce this.
Okay, so that's a 3. That turns into 8. Sorry, guys, I just need to do some math real quick.
I'm so dead.
Okay,
I'm
and
so
then all
dead.
3.
Why did you roll 2 nat 1s? You just have some
Okay,
weird energy
so,
tonight, dice. Just weird.
That is going to be 5, 10, 15.
Yes, chef. That is definitely the command to use for this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, is that plus anything? Plus 1. Sorry, plus 1. Cool.
Right.
Sorry, you almost had a nice amount of damage. You take 70 points of acid damage as this glob
Ouch.
hits you center mass and begins burning through your body.
Just nice, even 70.
70, yeah, I rolled 69 and then it's plus 1.
Huh.
For
Only?
18d6.
Only? Oh, great.
Oh.
18d6 acid damage.
Oh, Vistra's not doing well, guys.
The acid slams into you, and I am going to use a Hurt Them More to roll closer and make 3 attacks. 2 on Callie and 1 on Vistra. Callie,
Fuck off.
that is going to be... that is 1 hit, 1 miss. And Vistra, does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so that is going to be... I need a D10. Where's my D10?
Fucking seaweed.
All right, Callie, the first one is going to strike you. You're going to take 15 points of piercing damage and 10 points of acid damage. And Vistra, you're going to take 14 points of piercing damage, turns to 7, and only 7 points of acid damage.
Only 7. Oh, beautiful. Now I'm at a nice HP level. That's a nice even HP level.
Does the acid splash on anyone else? No, I did it as a ray attack instead of the how it was written in the book. I preferred the ray attack because then it has a domino effect. It will hit someone. Mwahaha. Unless Velen ducks, which who could have assumed that would happen?
When does she ever pass?
When can she ever like when she's using vampiric touch? That's basically it.
And even then, half the time that fails.
Yeah, Mike, you're hurt. You're redeeming so many hurt the Mars. No.
How many more do I get?
You have 2 more.
The night we die, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. That mimic is going to do that. Lysithian, you are stunned. And Velen is definitely stunned. Now we're at the top of the initiative for reals this time with Callie. Callie, this mimic has rolled up right next to you and tries to carpet grab you.
Yeah,
Now you cannot move because you are adhered.
make me a con save.
Make me a con save. All right. Is this the one that you are grappling, or that is you're mutually grappling, that you're stuck to?
Sure.
Okay. That was a 20 that rolled into a 2. Balls. Okay.
Good. Blight.
Oh wait, sorry. One sec.
Very nice.
Nice.
Then that is an 11, so that will work.
Still.
Blight, and which version of Blight? Remember, we're using the pre-modified version of Blight because it's good.
What?
That was an interesting talk in the chat we had a few weeks ago,
What?
where...
You're talking about contagion?
Oh, I'm talking about Contagion. Never mind.
I'm using blight.
So
So one
Contagion, Callie used Contagion against Bigby's hands a few games ago, and some people in YouTube were like, hey, that's not the way the spell works, and I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, here's a picture of my book, and they're like, oh, you have the pre-errated book, where it's a much worse spell, or sorry, a much better spell. And I'm like, I'm gonna use the thing that's in the book, because it's better for the player.
Yeah, the way they changed it,
It's not
it
great.
made a 5th level spell be really shitty. It's like, if I'm wasting a 5th level slot on this, it better damn well be good.
Yeah. But still, like,
But,
it was interesting
as is-
having a rules argument and then both of us being right at the same time. That was weird.
As is, I am casting blight. So you made your con save, you failed it. You're gonna take 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save.
I don't want to, but okay.
Oh, these aren't constructs, are they?
Nope, they're monstrosities.
Okay, good. So yeah, so it just takes 8d8. So give me un momento to roll.
Yep, trust me,
all
I had
of
to
that.
assemble 15 d8s or d6s for that, so.
I'm just gonna use a calculator to keep track of it.
Cries in acid damage. You know, Vistra may have kicked the alcohol, but man, it's making Robin want to drink the alcohol.
That's funny.
45 necrotic damage.
45 necrotic damage. This thing is definitely bloodied as its parts begin to ooze blackish green slime out onto the ice around it. It is hurt, and it starts to make this pitiful mewling noise as it continues to kind of nuzzle its fangs into your thighs.
Also, bonus action, it's now trying to hold onto a wolf. A dire
Okay.
wolf. To be
All
accurate.
right, it is still holding on to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yes, it is now biting into a wolf. Vistra, it is your turn now. What would you like to do?
You fucking rug! She's gonna pull out her warhammer that she still has.
All right.
Which is not great because I can't do Great Weapon Master on this motherfucker. And she's quite fucking upset right now, so she's gonna make 2 attacks recklessly.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, because my... Alright, that's... Boy, we have some wild energy tonight. Lowest is a
it's-
dirty 20.
Perfect. That's gonna hit.
Perfect, okay.
I love that these things are immune to being prone. You just
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
I know, but same, right? Like, you can't hurt me because I'm laying down. I live here.
Yeah. All right. So 2d10. Oh boy, dice. Okay. Ten.
The only thing that would make this better if this was in a theater and then you'd be attacked by a movie theater carpet.
23 points of
Ew.
damage.
23 points of damage. All right. Did
This
you remember to add your modified barbarian
Yes.
damage? Okay.
I did.
We just realized the other day that Robin had forgot that like the barbarian attack damage went up because it only does it twice, right? So it's easy
and
to
it
forget
did,
what level
it just
it is.
did it at level 9, so I didn't even realize it.
That's okay. But now you're doing more damage. All right, slamming your hammer down into it. A glob of acidic slime is going to out onto the wall and begin sizzling through the side of the ice patch on your left. At that, hold on, I got to do a recharge. Nope, didn't recharge. So this thing is going to snarl, and you know what? It's going to go after Callie. Callie is the big threat right now.
Literally.
Shit.
Callie, for something that is on top of you like this, that's only one hit. It starts to roll up. Blades begin by your snout. You're like ducking and bobbing and weaving, and then as you are ducking the last time, it's going to slam into your hind legs, making you yelp slightly. That's going to be 7 points of piercing damage and 9 points of acid damage as these poisonous fangs rake across your haunches. And I'm going to spend a hurt them more to make one more action and attack Lysithian. Because you're on my ass. Lysithian, that is gonna be a hit.
What? Okay, shield.
What does that raise your AC to?
It would raise it now to, hold on, Herbert. I don't know how to read. I've forgotten how to read, Kelly, help me.
It's too hot.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll damage and see what happens. Oh god.
I would now have a 20 AC, or a
Cool.
19 AC, my bad.
Okay, cool. The 22 does hit then.
Dicks! Alright, that's fine.
You are going to raise your shield, but it's going to whoosh, like whip its carpet tail up and slash across your leg, right across the glute. That's going to be 15 piercing damage and 12 acid. I rolled max.
Ooh. 15 piercing and 12 acid. Let's fucking go!
Okay, these carpets are just great.
Mimics are mean, man.
You know what? Wait till you fight the mimic drapes.
Woo!
Do they match the carpets?
Yeah, they match the carpets.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, this place is like a 70s porn pad. I love it.
Right? That's what I was
I
thinking.
want to look up and see if there's a mirror on the ceiling.
Right?
There is now. It is also a mimic.
That tracks.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So, Kat, it is your turn. Kat, what do you do?
Okay, well, I'm going to call this thing out for being a giant asshole. And I'm going to use my bardic feature, my college feature, to impose a D8 minus on a saving throw for it.
Sounds good. What am I rolling? Wisdom?
You're going to be rolling. I just had this up. It is going to be wisdom at -8.
-8. You rolled an 8 on your D8.
I did.
Okay, I failed.
You failed. Nice. So I'm.
Now I need to know: is this the one that all of your friends are on, or the one right next to them?
This is the one that my friends are on.
Okay.
Because Cat's like, hey, this one's right here. I want it not right here. And so this is gonna be Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
Okay.
So this is 4d6 psychic, and
Okay.
you must immediately use your reaction to move as far away from me as your speed allows.
Okay.
Are we
Which
all
me
going
as a
on a
player
magic
is like-
carpet ride?
Yep. Yeah, you are.
Sweet, sweet.
Let's
Yeah.
take some bludgeoning damage, boy.
Right?
Me as a player is like, this isn't a good idea. Me as Cat is like, this is a good idea.
Okay. So how much damage is that?
All right, let me just calculate it up really quick. That's gonna be a 6, a 5, a 5, and a 4. That's going to be 20 psychic damage.
20 psychic damage. All right. It is going to scream and start dissolving into a puddle of goo, but it's still gonna like bang your friends around, dragging them across the room as it screeches away. I'd like everyone to take me 2 points of bludgeoning damage from being, like, tussled.
So that's gonna be 1 for me.
It's going to be 1 for you. And now it is Mimic Supreme. Mimic Supreme is going to...
move as well, actually, Kellen.
Sure, where are you going to move?
I'm going to move just over...
Can you move your mic so it's a little closer to your mouth? You're...
Yeah, sure. 1 second.
Cool. You're coming in kind of quiet for me. It's probably because Zoom's trying to cancel your fan's noise.
I do not have a fan, actually. How's that for sound?
Is that working for everybody else better?
Is that any better?
Okay,
Sounding
cool.
good?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
good. All right.
So Kat's gonna move onto to the left side of the room.
Okay.
By that one faux plant there.
Sounds good.
And
All
that's
right.
it.
And make me a dex save with... I'm going to spend that. Disadvantage, please.
Coming up. And even though it's disadvantage, I can still use that +4, right? That D4,
Yeah,
right?
you can, but you can't... Unless you used it on your attack roll earlier, or anything else this round.
I did not.
Okay. So you can only use it once per round. That's the caveat.
Cool.
Emptor.
That's gonna be a 15.
15? Okay,
Great.
you are going to... That's with disadvantage you had 15?
That's with disadvantage. My other one was a 19 base.
All right, sounds good. This is going to spit a glob of acid. You're going to duck. It's going to hit the wall and sizzle. And this thing is going to dive forward and is going to... it's going to attack Vistra and Lysithian because you're inside of its reach. Vistra and Lysithian, those are 2 hits. You are going to each be struck by one of its tendrils as it lashes out with its pseudopod limbs. Vistra, you are going to take... Vistra, you're going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, reduces to 6. And Lysithian, you're going to take 12, which doesn't reduce at all. And you are both... the adhesive trait is applied to you now, since it has went and stuck to you. And with this, who is more badly damaged of you?
Oh, me. I bet you're not lower than I am, Lysithian.
Okay, I have 30 hit points.
I have 13 hit points.
Well,
Well,
you have
this-
less now, because it's going to lean forward and bite you, my friend.
Yep.
All right, so that is going to be 13 points of piercing damage, reduces to 6.
Holy shit, Vistra has 7 hit points. That 70 damage really did a number, man.
And 7 acid.
And 7.
Vistra is going to get rolled by this carpet and is going to go down in a screaming hunk of meat. And let's go ahead and... Vistra is down. All right, Lysithian, it is your turn.
All right, well, I'm gonna do that thing that I really like to do. I'm gonna cast Fireball at 3rd level.
Sounds good.
So make me a dex save, DC 16.
DC 16. How about 10?
While it's stuck to you.
Does 10
Cool.
work?
I'm exempt from it. Anyone, because it is 1 plus the spell's level, and I'm immune to fire. So, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. I'll do 10. Does a 10 work?
10? Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then it saves like an action
no,
star.
No, what?
I'm joking with you. Go ahead.
It took me, but I was like, what are you talking
We're
about?
okay. You know what? I shouldn't joke with you all. We're too dumb tonight. Let's.
I was like,
Yeah, we're
I have
dumb.
like a quarter of a brain cell. I was like, what do you mean 10 saves? That doesn't make any fucking... I was about to fight with you.
No, we'd work up a sweat too much. I am gonna go through
that's
so
gonna
much
be
water.
it's fucking 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage. That is
Kill it, Lysithian, kill
that
it.
is a solid explosion as woof, a fireball detonates beneath you.
Wait, what's the radius of that?
You are exempt from this.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Yeah,
However,
because
this is going-
I have spell sculpting with evocation.
see.
However-
so I can
Did
exclude
you
1
get
plus.
me? Did you choose to not get me?
Well, of course I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought
The floor ignites beneath Lysithian with a tremendous woof, and the entire room's ice begins to melt. The room inside of a 30-foot radius sphere from this fireball is now rough terrain, because it is now flooded with water that has been evaporated by the fireball.
Am I drowning?
Soon.
Okay, cool.
Soon. You're very thick, so you and dwarves float. That's a good
Float?
question.
That's a
Stout
good
halflings do.
Are their butts like corgis, where
Yeah,
they
corgi
just
butt.
kind of like?
Vistra's
Float.
butt.
Well,
just
they're both
like-
Scottish or Welsh, so
I'm just
Well, I mean, her head's so empty, it should just float, right? It'll help keep her up.
Damn.
I'm just
It's
imagining.
like the corgi butt.
Just got a little itch right here.
oh my god. Okay, as you do that, Velen is going to cast Chill Touch, and Lysithian.
Yes.
The carpet is going to reflexively lift you in the path of it.
All right.
Lysithian is going to take 11 plus... Just 11 points of... you're going to take 11 points of necrotic damage and cannot heal your next turn.
That's fine.
As
I can't-
a spectral
I don't
hand,
have any
Luminous Vathros, and the carpet goes... and goes... and wraps around your throat and starts choking you out. You have got to be fucking kidding me. We're at the top of the initiative with Callie.
Ali just kind of looks at the others and is going to try to bite this sucker. Yeah. Attacking.
Attacking? I believe in you.
Well, considering I get advantage, should help. Help with my chances.
This is true. I cast fail upon you.
It
was not
backfired.
Did it? Okay.
Because that's definitely not a fail, that's a nat 20.
Nice. All right. Good.
My green dice have pulled through again.
Yeet the carpet. Yeet the carpet.
Bite it. Rip it.
I am going to try and bite it.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, it's not for much. It's only d6s.
Bite its fucking head off.
By the way,
That
you ever
is-
notice that in my games, carpets tend to kick the shit out of you guys?
This is why Xeno stabs every chest he finds. He
The
got
carpet-
eaten once. And now he doesn't trust anything inanimate.
22 piercing.
22 piercing. It is officially bloodied at this point.
And I don't think the knocked prone thing applies here.
It does not. Lysithian, remind me again how much damage your fireball did. It was like 32?
35.
35. Okay. All right. So diving down, I'm gonna spend my last thing to do something mean. Someone bought something good happens. Okay. So one sec. One moment. Cool. And something good happens. Vistra, you are going to start choking. As
Something
you are
good happens. You start choking.
as you are floating there and are going to smack your face a couple of times reflexively, somehow waking yourself up with 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna stabilize. Yeah, but you know what? You're gonna stabilize at 0. That's probably better. But you're gonna basically. Oh god, I hurt so much. You can't move, but you're not in death saves anymore.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
And, all right, so Callie, you are going to reach down, start ripping this thing apart, and it is going to make one last-ditch effort to try to survive. It's not going to, but it is going to make an attack on Callie, a pretty solid one. Callie, as you rip this thing to shreds with its death throes, it is going to deal you an additional 13 piercing and 7 points of acid damage before you rend it to slobby pieces. And I'm out of Hurt the Moors.
Okay, so that was 13 and what?
13 and 7. And with that, the room is now flooded. Your dwarf is beaten on the ground, floating across the room.
And the dire wolf is no longer a wolf.
All right, the dire wolf has popped back down to Callie. Bits of carpet are stuck between your teeth, which turn into bits of mimic. An eyeball running down your chin like a runny egg drips into the water.
Cat's gonna run up to Vistra and slap her with a level 2 Cure Wounds.
Sounds good. Roll it.
Oh, that's not great. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're gonna take 13 points of healing.
It's some.
It's some.
What the fuck?
And at that, you will hear the sound of accented Elvish around the corner. Lysithian, you are going to be able to vaguely understand this. It is the dialect of Loros, like all of the Ythryn and Netherese people spoke.
Tally's just scratching
Now,
at her
I have
tongue.
to ask.
Is
if
there
we're-
a sword floating? Can I
Your
see my
sword is floating. You know what? Yes, with your Hurt the More, your sword floats over near you. So, I gotta ask real quick. Netherese, if it was an ancient dialect, what does it sound like in Elven?
See, I always picture Elven sounding Latin-ish.
And of course, Latin sounds British in every movie.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Is
I imagine it to sound Italian.
Like, the thing is, I always imagine Elvish to be, like, more like Italian, Latin, like, that kind of mix. And then, like,
But
old
old
Elvish
more
would be,
Latin.
like,
Okay.
Latin.
So then, around the corner, you will hear a voice speaking Loros. Hello? Greetings. Is anyone here?
Tally's gonna be like touching herself and casting Cure Wounds.
Around the corner, almost daintily, a very striking woman peers around the corner nervously. It's a human female. A wizard, obviously, dressed in flowing pink robes. She stands at the foot of the stairs and speaks to you in the foreign language of Loros. After a moment, seeing recognition on none of your faces, do you speak the common tongue?
We do.
How striking is striking, Kelly?
Very handsome. I would say that she is... I don't have a photo, unfortunately, because she was definitely expanded in this module. I would say... you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Michelle Gomez.
Ooh.
Google Michelle Gomez. You'll know who I'm talking about the second you see her. She's every evil stepmother. But, my God, I would take that woman on so many dates. She is very striking. and
I picture her as she's the master. That's what I
No,
know
she's
her.
Missy. She's better than the
I know
master.
she's Missy.
She should have ended up actually being the doctor. That should have been the twist.
Yes,
That's how they should have done it rather than...
Yep.
Yeah, but anyway. I like Jodie Whittaker, don't get me wrong, but Missy's better.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all can fight me. Anyway. She looks around the corner. My name is High Enchanter Ythyra. I have not seen another person in so very long. Let alone...
Were these carpets yours?
I haven't been down in a while. They must have moved in. No, they've replaced my real carpets. This place was so difficult to decorate. Are you alright? You look frightfully pained.
No, I am not alright. I got, like, spit at by the carpet thing.
Mimics.
Fucking beat me up.
I'm terribly sorry. Please, come up with me to my quarters. I will be happy to give you a place to heal and rest away from this mess. Oh, gods.
I'd like to make an insight
I was
check.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
inside check.
Yeah, you may.
Oh,
Okay.
Vistra.
So
Do I still get to?
16?
Oh no, it's ability checks.
Yes, you do.
17.
Don't forget to
17.
subtract your D4, Hayden.
DX.
No, isn't it? I thought it's only a saving throws.
That's
and
because it's a skill check. It's not an ability.
This is a skill check.
is it?
So
Oh, no,
Bless
it
doesn't
was only
apply.
attacks and only attacks
Yeah.
and saving throws, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Vistra's still crossed out. Let me fix
Yeah.
that.
So 16.
17 for Vistra.
17 for Vistra. She seems pretty legit, actually. She
Okay.
she seems genuinely upset and very nervous, I'd say. If anything, she does kind of worry about armed adventurers in her tower. You're not here to cause me any harm, are you?
Kat's gonna go up at this point and be like, no, of course we're not here to harm anything, to harm you. We're just here looking for answers, I guess.
Yeah, see, there's somebody up on the surface who's decided she's a goddess, and she's made the whole area winter
Well, she
forever.
technically is a goddess. She's just the minor
Whatever,
goddess.
she was jumped up to begin with.
Anyway,
Let's have a chat while
We'll try and fix that.
upstairs. We'll update you. We're not here to hurt you.
Absolutely.
As long as you don't try to bludgeon, pierce, poison, fire, cold, damage me in general.
No, I
we're
have no
friends then.
reason to hurt you. Oh, you seem
Can
to
I-
have set this place ablaze. Yes, what would
Yeah.
you like to do, Mike?
I was gonna say, like, can I
Roll to seduce her? Is that where you're going?
I didn't
Because
want
the
to
answer
say it
is
quite like that,
the answer is yes. You may
but
try.
I'm gonna try. So that's just a charisma check, right?
Well, it's persuasion, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which
'cause
you're an eloquence bard. Just a quick reminder.
yeah. Which means she gets good on that.
Sweet talking.
Which means that's going to be a 31.
A 31. What do you say? How do you do this? Go set me up. How does this go?
So she's gonna after the everything kind of clears a little bit, and she's like, and she thinks to herself, wow, she's very attractive. And she's gonna walk out there and be like, no, of course we're not here to hurt you. Why on earth would we be doing that? Really, we're just here looking for some answers to some questions we have, and would absolutely love a chance to talk with you more about it. If maybe we could join you somewhere that's not quite so
Damp.
fiery.
Yes, that would be very lovely. It smells quite bad in here.
Yeah, and she's going to like lean in a little bit and just like lightly put her hand on her shoulder.
She'll kind of like shrug and shiver a bit. Sorry, I haven't felt another person's touch in so long. It's so surreal.
Well,
A little intoxicating, if I have to be honest, but
let's head upstairs.
and it's true, this place does smell bad. Now that the water has been melted, you've got thousands of years of stagnant ice in this room. Like, the place smells like a mix between a tinderbox and like mold and sulfur. Like, it's rough in here. Like, and it's
Whoa.
clinging to your clothing.
Oh, can I press the digitation in the room?
No, it's too big. You can press digitation yourself, though. And you can press
Okay.
digitation her if you want to be kind.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Cool. So you're going to just make her smell sweet?
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Please, come with me. And with that,
Vischer wipes some of the blood and acid off her face.
there's a
Let's
place
go.
upstairs where you can clean up.
Hallie's just gonna kind of look around to the other three and be like, roll her eyes a little, and
I guess we go. I guess we're following on one of Cat's dates, I suppose.
All right, and with that, she will
third,
lead-
fourth, and fifth wheel.
Well, honestly, if
Oh, and
things are
six, don't
happening,
forget
I'm
six.
gonna take a nap.
Yes, don't
I need
forget
a nap.
sixth. She leads you upstairs, and at the top of the tower, you will find that there is a pretty nice living quarters, actually. It's still chilled wherever you go. The large room... one second. Boop, 2, 4... Yeah. The large room that you find yourself in contains an alien device hooked up to a metal box. Instruments extend from the box toward a comfortable-looking chair. A bookshelf sits on the far wall of the room. As she comes in, she gestures. If you'd like, feel free to take a seat and relax. Please just don't touch the device here. It's a bit sensitive since the crash.
What does it do exactly?
It's a rejuvenation chamber. It's how I've managed to stay in some semblance of youth for this long.
Does it heal?
Yes, but how long do you have?
Oh, we're trying to stop the frost bitch from taking over Icewind Dale, but we have all the time in the world.
I see. I also, it should fix any physical damage over a course of several days. It could potentially even rejuvenate lost body parts with enough time, she says, kind of casting her eyes away from Lysithian's gaping. Oh, actually, that's true. You have a spare
I have an
eye
eye patch now.
You have an eye patch now? Okay.
It's fine. I'm just gonna like sit in the corner and just put up a few bandages on, and I'll be right as rain.
I mean,
Viscera will take a seat.
I suppose that this also helped keep me this age, she says, smiling and kind of just tinging one of her fingers off of a small pointed crown that she is wearing. A gift from an old friend. So what can I help you with?
Well, we're checking out all the various towers looking for clues, actually, in order to get access to the main tower.
I see. The rite of the arcane octid.
That's exactly it.
Yes, given the trouble that you face downstairs, I'm happy to give it to you. I actually have it memorized. For this, this portion of it is... One moment while I find it, because it's somewhere in this sheet. There we... This part of the rite. Fourth, coax a secret from another.
Coax a secret from another.
Yes. If you succeed that step, you should be able to continue through the rite. The trick is doing them step by step. Unfortunately, I only have a vague recollection of any of the other ones, and not enough that I'd be willing to risk your lives by telling you.
Fair enough. Well, that at least is a big help.
I'm happy to help. Please, take a moment and rest here. Anybody wants to take a short rest here to regenerate any hit points, please do.
Yep, I'm using my last 3 hit dice. Oh wow, I rolled really good on those.
I'm using one of my last of my last 9. Oh, thank God, that gets me to max.
15.
Yeah, we haven't long rested in a little bit.
Nope, we have not.
No.
Would you like to... You look like you're feeling a bit worn. This place is safe if you'd like to stay here.
But do we have time?
Do we really have
Vistra looks like
much of
shit,
an
though.
option? If Vistra goes down, Velen says, well, we have our number 1 shield.
And Lysithian, how are your spells looking?
I'm pretty good on spells, honestly. I've only used some bigger spells. I could probably cast...
So I love that
About
the chat is
10
reminding
more.
you right now to do Song of Rest, but you're too busy flirting to do it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Character goals.
Could probably roughly 10 spells varying power. But
Well, I mean, we don't really know the next time we'll have a safe space, so...
it's true.
Which,
I don't-
Yeah.
by the way, what's your name?
Sorry, I said earlier, but it must have slipped your
My
mind. in the
apologies,
heat
I
of
was
battle.
still...
Ivira.
Avira. Lovely to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you as well.
I am Callie.
Yes, I heard them say your name when I was introducing.
Well,
But
I didn't introduce myself. So.
Yeah, I didn't introduce myself.
I was
I'm
distracted from
Vistra, aka Meat Shield.
Yeah, that's your own choice.
Yeah, but I'll help you guys that are slightly squishier.
do we have time is the real question. And with that, Velen, I'm going to spend that. Velen's going to take out Professor Scant and just take a look. We need all parts of the arcane octid ritual to open the door, correct? Professor Scant will flare to life, the sphere just beginning to glitter. Yes, all 8 parts of the ritual are required. Is that a hippocaris? A what? The stasis pod there. A hippocaris. A magic device that allows any creature using it to cast sleep, catnap, or gaius. Depending on the model and whether or not it is equipped with the correct additions, it also has been known to have modify memory or greater restoration. Of course, for those it would need, and then, that's a really interesting thing you have there. What is, oh, I'm sorry. And, Avira is going to take a look at Professor Scant and, like, knock him on the ground by accident. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Are you alright? Oh, I didn't break your toy, did I? It's gonna just start rolling off. Ow, 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 ow,
I'm gonna try to grab it.
Ow.
I'd like to insight her.
Yes, you may.
Yeah, same. Callie's a little sus on that.
Yeah,
I'd like to
that's
insight.
super sus.
Oh, that's gonna be pretty good. That's a natural 19 plus my 6. That's gonna be a 25.
Oh, 25. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Well, I
16 on
rolled
this side for me.
Okay.
18, so that is 23 for me.
23.
That's
Useless
Elizabeth.
bitch.
All right. And what did you get? What'd you get, Kat? If you're rolling,
I only got a 16.
only 16. So she seems nice. And what'd you get, Vistra? Are you rolling?
Yeah, I got dirty 20.
Okay. Velen is going to roll, and I'm gonna re-roll that because that tipped unfairly. There we go. That's still not enough, but it was a 20 that turned into a 2 because of my thing's on an angle. Okay. Velen is, you know what, I'm gonna give Velen advantage because it doesn't matter. It's Velen.
Poor Valen.
But
Professor Scant, are
25.
you alright? I'm fine. The elf caught me.
I've got him.
That's unfortunate. I hope that everything... And that point, as you're staring at the High Enchantress, Ythryn, those of you with that insight, she's definitely acting kind of suspicious, obviously. But what is everybody's passive perception who succeeded that roll?
19.
16.
16?
11!
19.
All right. 19, and what was yours, Lysithian? It was
16.
16. You and Callie are going to notice that the floor here is very frosted over. And as she's walking around, I gotta ask, what scent did you add to both of you, Kat?
Oh, I don't know.
Like fresh flowers, roses, wine, sex, drugs, rock and roll, Axe body spray?
Obviously.
Oh,
Probably just like a nice vanilla or something. Nice
So like
vanilla.
vanilla, the room smells of vanilla, but it smells a little stale. And glancing down, you're going to see that as she just kind of smiles and backs over toward Kat, I'm sorry about that. I'm quite clumsy. Like I said, it's been a long time. You'll hear as something slides over the grit of the frost on the ground. And that's when you'll notice that there is a small, almost imperceptible, ribbon of slime trailing from her heel into the machine, like an umbilical cord.
I'm going to cast Hold Monster.
Okay, hold monster. Let us...
Wisdom save of 16. This is my...
Beat me too. I was gonna say dispel magic.
would you say we had the short rest before this happened, or is this in the middle? This doesn't count.
This is in the middle of it.
Kelly,
Alright, well, guess we
Yes,
sold her
Kat.
13.
would I be able to use charisma to impose disadvantage on her save?
No.
No.
How would you do that?
Keeping her distracted.
I don't think that quite works for the save. But
Oh, can I use my bardic college?
you know, I'm gonna say no because you failed your insight, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did.
So you're on her side still.
Okay.
So, but yes, normally you totally would have, but contextually, I don't think it makes sense in this case. So, one moment, I just gotta double check something. Okay, so I have a unnatural 20.
Fuck you.
You can use your inspiration
I do
to make
have
me.
my
You want me to roll it
Yes.
one more time with disadvantage? Okay. Okay, that is a fail.
Yes. Okay, so hold monster for our fellows is choose a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. This spell has no effect on undead. At the end of each of its turns, the target can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell ends on the target.
Okay, this is paralyzation. This does not count as charming.
No.
Okay.
They're just held in place. It's hold person, but on monster.
Okay, so, and one thing I need to know for this. So choose... This is going to be splitting hairs, so give me 1 sec while I just check the wording on this, because it will matter. Mm-hmm. And you know exactly why.
I do.
Okay, you can see within range. Okay. So, yes, this will partially work, for sure.
Oh! I just got it!
So,
that's cool.
looking,
Okay,
she
anyway.
is going to immediately freeze and stiffen like a statue. Lysithian, what are you doing?
They're not what they say they are.
And I need an initiative roll as the tank explodes open and a tremendous ooze made of screaming faces pushing themselves through ectoplasmic membranes explodes out. The tendril snaps, connecting her to it. And she will slowly start to dissolve in place bonelessly. An aura of sulfur rips across the room. Now not any longer covered by the vanilla. Sorry, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Initiative time.
Oh,
Does
boy.
my hold monster affect?
See, that's what I was
creature?
wondering, because technically that... So, as a bonus action, the creature may extrude a piece of itself that assumes the appearance of a medium or smaller creature whose memory is blah, blah, blah. Can impersonate each one tethered to its body by a strand of slime that can extend up to 120 feet. For all practical purpose, the simulacrum... Oh, actually... Ooh.
Oh, one of these fuckers.
Yeah, it's an Oblex. But, sorry, there's one line of wording in here. I was going to say they count as two separate beings, but it says point blank here, for all practical purposes, the simulacrum, I always mess that word up,
Yep.
is the Oblex.
So it's...
So in that case, I'm going to have to retcon that, guys. She is going to freeze in place, and, yeah, that's all I've got. She's going to freeze in place, and you do not have to roll initiative because of that one sentence, Hayden. Congrats. If I had hurt them more, I would have severed it.
Oh, I love playing wizards so much. Anyways,
Okay.
no, he's fucking paralyzed.
All right, so she's paralyzed. Sorry about that, everybody who was watching. You get a vision from the Tower of Divination, strikes you, and that's what would have happened if Lysithian hadn't managed to hold person, but monster edition. All right, with that, she freezes in place, and you can see the slime trail leading from the heel of one of her boots into the tank.
How long is this? How long is this lasting, Lysithian?
Let's double check.
What do you mean she's
up
not?
to
what
a
she-
minute. Concentration up to a minute. So
Okay,
do
we
this
gotta
quick.
do the fist.
What is this? What is going on?
She's a monster.
Open the tank. Someone open it.
I'm like still
Open it
bleeding
and start
out, guys.
wailing.
Yeah, I will start wailing. If it attacks me, prepare to bring me up.
Good. Yes, prepared to start hitting it.
Yeah, Vish will make attacks at the tank.
Okay, actually, you do not have to. As you approach the tank, one moment, let me just flip this
Rip.
tank. Let's see. Boop. If the party... Okay. Damn, my next action was to charm you all, too. That would have been great. The metal container is... The door has been broken open. So as you approach, you will see that over to the side, there's a hatch at the southern corner of this tank that has been snapped open. Opening it up, you will see a captive ooze with kind of... It's glowing pinkish red and has dozens of faces frozen in just rigorous terror. Like, have you ever seen one of those paintings of someone one of those horror exhibits where someone pushes their face through latex?
Yeah.
That's what this looks like. All right, as you open it up, you will see this thing inside. It is frozen still. What do you do?
Stab.
Okay, does stabbing break it? Or are they paralyzed even after they take damage? It's been a while since I've used
They
hold.
are still paralyzed.
Do they get a save after
They
a
get the
round?
save at the end of their turn.
Okay,
So,
so
however
opening
you wanna
this
do
up,
this.
you will... I would like everybody to do me a quick favor as Vistra attacks. And that is... please make me a... make me just an int check.
Am I doing this? I'm not doing this because I'm attacking.
You're not doing this because you're attacking.
An intelligence check?
Yeah. Intelligence
Right.
check.
I like those.
You still have the minus D4, though.
Boo. Okay.
21.
Motherfuck, Lysithian, you had one job.
You had one
And that
job.
was to have a +4 to your int. Instead, I bumped it up to 15, and now it's back down to 11 because
Okay.
I rolled a fucking 4 on my fucking D4.
And Velen, let's
So
roll for
mad.
Velen with a different dice. That's an 8. That's like a 12
really
for
funny.
her. Okay, what did you get, Kat and Chris?
21.
21? And Callie got a?
21.
21, perfect. I didn't hear you because everybody was talking. So,
Okay.
both of you are, as Vistra starts attacking, is going to realize that this thing tried to stop Professor Scant from saying what makes the machine work better. If it has a special thing in it, probably it, if it's completely sealed in there.
Vistra, stop.
Yeah.
So Vistra's like, "Yeah." Vistra, I want you to make me a dex save, or strength save, not to bash this thing.
Okay.
Because big monster!
Yeah, that's gonna be a 28 to...
So you're just like, and your hammer's gonna go.
Sword.
Oh, sorry.
Is this the thing that makes this thing work?
Yes, if it has an oblex inside, it is more powerful.
Okay, so we need to seal it back in.
Okay.
All right.
To do this, you must. Let's see. One sec. How does it do that? Do. Sorry, I'm just double checking how to get this thing back in. I think you just have to force it in and reseal it. Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Velen,
So, pardon me. Oh, you must seal it back inside of the machine completely.
Okay.
All right, I'll do
Okay.
the opposite. I have would smith tools and hammers work to help try and steal it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
So,
Velen, do you know arcane luck by any chance? I didn't prepare it for today.
you know what? As a matter of fact, yes.
I can hate metal!
We have to work quick. We have less than a minute. Someone
Okay.
push the bitch in. Oh, but first, and she's gonna reach forward and go yoink and take the crown off of her head.
I appreciate you, Velen.
Cat's going to help corral.
Okay, so go ahead and you're just gonna push her in.
Okay. Vistra, what needs to be heated?
I would like you to heat around these edges here so we can make a nice tight seal with the when I push it back in.
Okay.
Callie's gonna fondle the metal and heat it.
All right,
Yep.
Kat, are you moving her
She
over
don't
or
have to touch
pushing
it. She
her
can do
in?
it from 60 feet.
Do it.
She'll push her in. She's sick of dealing with monsters.
All right, as you push her in, the tether is going to go, and she is going to just go and dissolve back into the ooze. As you are slamming the lid down, I get a save.
Can I before you tell the result, can I actually use that sentence to impose a die on her save?
You may.
Be like, damn it, why is it always monsters? And take -6 on that save, please, Kelly.
Okay, that is a -4 then. As I rolled a 2. I guess technically it's a -3 because they have some wisdom. All right, with that, you are going to shove her inside and begin hammering and repairing the machinery on the side. I would like, Callie, you were using heat metal to assist, so Vistra, please make me a tool usage roll with advantage.
Okay, so what would I...
You are proficient in Smith's tools?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to say that between heating metal, you are going to have a makeshift forge there.
Okay.
You have gloves, so that will help
Yep.
a bit.
Yep.
You may make me a proficiency plus, this is going to be a wisdom check. Oh, you know what?
Wisdom. Okay.
You know what? It's actually going to be...
Because heat metal's a second level and concept. So I can hold it for a minute.
Make it as a dexterity check, because you're trying to do fine-tuning. So it's going to be
Okay.
dexterity plus proficiency.
That's still better than wisdom. With advantage. Okay, that is nice. So that's gonna be 22.
22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling that.
I am too.
Feeling 22?
I'm feeling 22.
Okay, so Lysithian has... There we
I
go.
mean, we don't know when Cat's birthday is. She could be 22 soon.
I mean, she's 125 or something like that.
It's true, but her human form is only...
All right, you will begin nailing the side. As you do, it is going to try to break hold person again, and that is going to be... What do I need for this?
16.
16, all right. Can you give me another Smith roll? I need you just to... Because you got a 22, give it to me again.
With advantage still?
Mm-hmm, still with advantage.
Cool. Just want to make sure.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm gonna use my determination on that.
Okay.
So that's 19, 21 on that.
21, you're going to keep hammering it down. Lysithian, you try to hold the spell, and as you hold the spell, you are going to hear as your spell just fizzles. It took almost a full minute, but at the last second, it shrugged off the spell. The panel that you were hammering on, Vistra, clang, tries to slam back out. I would like you and Callie both to make me strength checks.
Okay.
Both of you may apply Blessed to this. This will be a strength save, actually.
Okay.
I am also going to apply my initiative. Or not my initiative, my inspiration.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 30.
30, okay.
You're
Yep.
gross.
I know.
You're gross.
Dirty
Okay.
20!
What'd you get? What'd you get?
Dirty 20!
Dirty 20, okay. So I'm going to say that okay, so this isn't an attack roll, so the nat 20 I just rolled does not matter. By comparison, let's see, so, because I only have, that only takes me to a 24 to break out of here.
Mr. just slams her shoulder in.
Slamming your shoulder into it.
Callie.
Callie keeps heating the metal up the side, and you're going to hear from the inside, No, please not again. I've been here for so long. It took me so long to escape. Please, I'll do anything. Don't leave me in here. Please. Please.
Are we planning to rest?
I fucking like a rest. At least even the 10 minutes we can still bang out.
Cool. Kelly, make me a con save.
Okay.
DC 16.
That is gonna be a 6.
Cool, I'm casting Blight on it.
Now you can't see it presently.
Oh, is it shut in?
It is encased in this
Oh,
thing
okay,
now.
I thought it was a clear case. That's my bad.
No, it's a big metal tank, unfortunately.
Cool, I misunderstood that.
That's okay.
Ignore me. Never
Okay.
mind.
Please.
Yeah, shut up. Visceral, like, banger hammer against the tank.
And with that, the you will see that there are a couple of cables on the ground that just need to be reconnected to each other. Simple plug and play.
Cat will do that.
All right, as you go, you'll hear. No! And the room is awash with pink light. As it is, this thing hums up, and suddenly the moaning of the Oblex is silent as the sound dampeners kick in.
Oh.
It's once again entombed, trapped forevermore, until it manages to escape again. Now, as you are here, Vistra, standing as you are exhausted. It is probably time to take a rest. I'm going to spend my something good happens. And you stumble back a few feet, and at the bottom of the room, there's a large table, kind of just at the very south corner of the room. As you head over and set your tools down and take a breath, you lean against it, and as you do, you are going to lean forward, and a door on the other side of the table is going to swing open. Just a crack. There was a secret panel that the table was pressed against.
What?
Oh,
What the fuck?
fancy.
Well,
May as well check it out, I guess.
As you open the room, you will find that it is a small curved room with a flat back. The wall is clear, and you see that it views out into the glacier. This is where the pink light that was dancing against the glacier emanated from primarily. Just on the other side of this window. It's a sitting room, a little arboreum, with frozen, forgotten plants inside, although the room itself is not terribly cold. An emaciated female human wizard, dressed in a tattered pink, well, what counts as a dress at one point, or robes at one point, are now scraps. She is seated in a chair and stares blankly out of the window toward the glacier wall. A golden staff lies on the ground beside the chair. She stares dumbly.
But she's not dead?
She is not dead. She is emaciated. She looks like she has not been fed in months.
Can I cure wounds?
Cure Wounds would not handle this.
Oh, fair enough.
So it'd be Restoration, fixes that kind of thing. But you will recognize her as an emaciated version of High Enchanter Ythryn.
I don't have anything else.
I feel.
Is it a
we
lesser
look, we
restoration?
look the same, and then Visceral like kind of collapse on the ground.
Let's see. To Greater Restoration or Heal.
Oh, the big guns, I see.
Yes. However, quick reminder, Professor Scant did say that the Hippocaurus can cast Sleep, Catnap, Gaius, Greater Restoration, and Modify Memory. Or Geese. There's so many ways to pronounce that.
thing,
Yes.
doesn't that
Yeah.
do greater restoration? I'm guessing this is the original,
Looks that way.
Probably.
not the Uzi one.
Let's get her into it, I guess.
Might as well fucking try it on somebody else.
Are you okay? Can we put you in the thing to help you?
She looks up at you, and you are immediately going
Once
to
for
see...
no, two for yes.
She looks at you with the same clarity as the speaker from Bremen does on his nightly walks.
Crap.
Her mind is empty. Whatever that thing was has hollowed her out like a piece of fruit.
Well, let's try Greater Restoration.
Might as well.
All right. As you look at her, you will see that she's wearing the crown that Velen plucked off of the other one. Goes to show, and Velen looks down at a pile of ectoplasm that's dissolving into nothing in her hand.
Ew.
Yep, she says, and rubs her hand on the wall. I'm getting
Gross.
real sick of this place.
I'm right there with you.
Me
But we do
too.
have some new spells if you want to study them while we deal with her and take a rest.
Yeah, could we have a little bit of a rest? Still
I think that would be important.
bleeding.
Let's go and take her to the chair, I suppose.
Yeah. Then let's have a rest.
Placing her in the Hippocaris, I'd like to know who is going to activate it. It looks like it's going to be an Arcana check.
I will.
Okay, go ahead and make me an Arcana check to try to figure out how to activate this thing as you place her down. Now, she weighs next to nothing as you move her. Looks like she's being kept alive by that crown.
Okay, and I'm gonna add my determination.
Sounds
to
good.
this.
And what does that bring you to?
13. Hold on. Plus my Arcana. 21.
Fantastic. Congratulations. 21 is enough. I need to know if you are able to recontainerize the Oblex, which means that you may cast Modify Memory as a 9th level spell, or a form of Greater Restoration that can only undo the effects of Gaius, or Geese, or Gaius. There's so many ways to pronounce Celtic words. Modify Memory, or the Oblex's Eat Memory power.
Ooh. So we're undoing one of these?
You can undo one of them completely, according to what Professor Scant rattles off. This can also undo the effects of the Oblex that was trapped inside.
I think... Can I make, like, a nature check or, like, something to see if, like,
You know about
if I can
Oblexes?
Huh?
If you can understand Oblexes, or...
If I understand, like, Obelexes, and if, like, looking at her, I could see maybe what was going on with her.
Yeah,
I'd
make me an
know
Arcana
kind of-
roll.
Sure. That's a natural 20,
Nice.
plus my 8, so that's 28 total. Thank you, Goblin Slayer dice. Mwah. Thank you, Brookie, for my dice.
All right, with your Goblin Slayer dice leading the way, you are going to realize this is an Oblex. This is an ooze-like creature that devours memories and creates simulacrums with the memories that were stored, gaining all of the thoughts and desires, beliefs, and knowledges that their victims once held. Absorbing those memories, they feed off of them. That's how these things exist. And when they absorb enough memories, that's like mating. They spawn off into other, grosser creatures. This woman has been hollowed out, meaning that all of her memories are inside of that creature. Using the specialized Greater Restoration, will undo this and return her memories.
All right. By doing this, we can fix her.
Sounds good.
All
All
right.
right. I will activate it.
By doing so, you will be able to do so. Professor Scant says it will take some hours for this to take effect. Perhaps you should take a short rest.
Perhaps a long rest. I'm happy to take first watch if you guys want to sleep. I need less sleep than you do.
Sounds good to
Good
me.
nap would be good.
You guys
I need
take a rest.
I need sleep.
And with that, you set up watch, summon a hut, and take a much-earned long rest.
Oh, warm again.
Thank God.
And what happens during this long rest, or after it, we will find out when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. let's talk to the chat. Hey, everybody, we're back. Welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden. Why did I run 2 games that started with R? I keep almost saying Reign of Emeries every time.
Which is funny because Rime's the longer game.
Yeah, you said the Rime of Emeries.
The Rime of... Did I say it just now?
No, on Friday.
No,
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, I didn't edit that out. Shit. I was going to. All right, so anyway, hi guys, welcome back. I am drinking a coffee, which I probably shouldn't this late, but hey.
Bad, Kelly.
Same.
Right.
Bad, Hayden.
I'm gonna be up working. I have to
Fine.
write music.
I have to finish
Fine.
editing a magazine, so hey, cheers. Because I'm...
On the note of that, I sent you some
Some blurbs? Okay, cool.
yeah.
Because I had to interview Mike for a magazine. Oh, did you think of
Yeah.
a better title for that article?
What was the title that you had?
I'm not going to say it on the channel because it's a bad title.
Okay. Oh, but it was in the thing.
Yeah. Here, I'll send it to you. It was like... Because, like, I was struggling for that. I totally won on my May issue, but my June issue was not good. So if you have any ideas for that, kind of where we can kind of, you know what we're talking about. Anyway, hi chat, how's it going? Talking about work shit, sorry about that, because I work for the company that Mike just started working for, and I edit their magazine.
That's so cool.
As a part, it's not bad. It's not bad. And then Mike, I was already set to interview Mike because they're a member of this organization, and it is both Pride Month and Indigenous History Month. And hey, you're Indigenous and proud, and also queer and proud. So it's like, hey, double pride.
And it's also nice because it's the aviation industry, which is very classically like conservative.
And it's Vancouver Island, which is very classically wealthy white conservative.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
so
you love to see it.
there are a lot of people who
It's getting better a little bit.
don't
Kind of.
understand it, but are trying, which is the important part.
Yeah, that is. You know what? Everybody seems like they're treating you pretty well there.
Yeah, they're all treating me pretty well, which I'm super happy about. I've had a few people correct themselves on pronouns. Some of the
Well, that's
older
nice.
some of the older folks, which is super nice. Like they don't fully understand it, but they make an effort to make sure it's correct.
See, and that's the thing. That's all that you really need to do. So anybody who's tuning in right now, because on YouTube we've gotten some comments that are like, why do you have to say your pronouns? It's like, because it makes people feel more welcome,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. So like, here's the deal. On the table, by and large, I'm a cis white male who happens to also be Indigenous and a little weird around the edges on some other stuff. But for the most part, I qualify for like that you know, for that middle ground of like the default protagonist of any video game. Congrats, I can even grow a beard, and you know, so I'm in my 30s. Congrats, I'm every video game male protagonist right now. But at the same, so like it literally does not cost me an iota of anything to treat people with respect and
Right.
to treat people how they want to be treated, because I don't like it when people call me names or do things like it's like it doesn't cost you anything to not point out when a coworker has gained 10 pounds from being in quarantine, right? Because that's a shitty thing to do. And when you get something wrong about someone fundamentally, like calling Brad Brett, it doesn't cost you anything to correct yourself. So, you know, don't be a dick.
Right.
Also,
I had
put
a
suggestion
really
in the
interesting
chat,
experience
Kelly.
kind of along those lines today.
Did you? Go, let's hear about it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
my coworkers actually really enjoy my colored hair. They really love seeing it every time it changes, etc. And they're always really excited to hear if I'm planning on something new, especially 2 of the women I work with. And the one woman is older and from Romania. And somehow in the conversation surrounding my hair dye and whatnot, I made some comment along the lines of I just didn't really like my base hair color, my natural hair color. I feel like it's kind of bland and boring. I just don't really like it. But she went off on this huge thing about how you have to love yourself. And she doesn't understand, like, there's this huge thing of, like, young women in, like, in America, North America sort of area, are indoctrinated from, like, birth into this whole, like, hating themselves thing. I'm like, I don't hate myself. Like, I am actually very accepting and happy of myself. My hair is fine. I just don't particularly love the shade of it. Sort of thing. But she would not kind of accept that. It was the funniest thing. It was a really awkward conversation as I'm sitting at my desk trying to work, and she's kind of standing at the counter.
No, the patriarchy's the reason why you look hot with purple hair. Nice.
And it
Good
was
job,
just like-
patriarchy. You did what you got one
Like-
right. Sorry.
I don't get what's up. I was like, this is kind of okay. Like, no, I get where you're coming from. I don't hate it. I just don't like the color.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be your favorite. Doesn't mean
Yeah.
you hate yourself
Choose
just because you
to-
want to change your hair color.
You
like,
have the
my hair is
choice.
like a natural brown, but I'm like, I would much, like, I prefer it, like, dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I prefer it, and that doesn't mean you hate yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
I like this to express a part of me that sometimes, like, I don't like to necessarily, like, talk about myself. Like, I'm more of an introvert in, like, real life with, like, coworkers, but this kind of is, like, a talking point, and I like...
Yeah, you got to pull it slower. Pull it towards center.
Ah!
Center of frame. Center of frame. Robin's focus is off.
There we go.
There you go. It finally happened. But yeah, right? Like, and it's like I used to have weird colored hair all the time when I was in my 20s. And like, I just don't, it's expensive. That's why I don't do it anymore. And because I kind of grew out of it, and then I did it for Extra Life, and I kind of was like, oh, this is actually kind of nice, but it fades out real quick. Because I'm lazy and I wash my hair whenever I feel like it, which is,
Yeah.
don't do that when you dye your hair colors.
No.
And then for me, like I've never dyed my hair, and obviously it's black, so there would be a lot of.
Do you want
work.
to dye your hair? I'll dye your hair for you. I'll bleach it for you.
I don't really want to. I like my black hair. But the thing that I like is piercings, and I want to get a lot more. And there's a lot of people who are like, "You already have so many." I have 3.
That's not
Yeah,
that
and,
many.
and one of them's
And
a
I'm-
weird place too. Like it's like the little.
I have my Dathan here.
Is that-
How bad did that hurt? I'm curious.
It was like maybe half of a bee sting.
Okay.
For
But-
like a second.
You also complained about how it made playing game with headphones on feel
Yes.
for quite a while. So that is a caveat, Robin. If you're thinking about this, the way that you
Yeah.
you use earbuds, it's gonna
Yeah.
bug you.
So
True.
I cannot use earbuds in this ear.
Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, never mind then.
Because of it.
I want to get a nose piercing at some
fine
point.
with me.
I
Yeah.
always want that.
I really want to get bars on, like, one on either side.
Julia has an
Really bad.
industrial
Are
on her
people
right
still
side,
gauging?
on her left side.
I
And
don't
it-
think people are still gauging.
Yay! Sorry. Any if you gauge, that's
Anyway,
great.
sorry, Mike.
It just anyway.
But
Mike's
yeah,
not
like,
gonna gauge.
I'm not gonna gauge. But yeah, like it was never an issue for me because I've always hated earbuds. And so getting my Daith wasn't an issue because I wasn't gonna use them anyways. But it's like I want to get a lot more piercings because they're super fun. And some people are just like, oh, but 3 is already so many. And I'm just like, but it's
Bruh, I got 3 on each lobe, man, and I could go more. I've just calmed myself down a bit on
it's like-
that.
somebody
Christine
has
has
to.
4?
I've got 2 on each lobe,
Yeah.
and I've contemplated getting up on the upper area. I like the when you see people with the hoops.
Yeah.
I like those.
Because the thing is, you can get, like, just clip hoops that,
That's what-
like, go down to, like, a normal one. Because that's what I've been considering doing. But I'm like, I also really like bars.
Yeah.
And there's, like, some good
Find the
places
fake
in
hoops
Vancouver.
don't stay on very well.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, one thing for me is like the girl who waxes my eyebrows. She was like, because I was talking to her about piercings, and she's like, "Have you ever thought about an eyebrow piercing?" And I'm just like, "No,"
No, because it's not 2004.
because it's not 2004. And she's
Wop,
like,
wop. Sorry.
"Maybe you should." And I'm just like, "Maybe I should."
You know
It
what?
would look real cute on you.
It would,
Yeah,
it would
you've
be
got the
fine.
nice
I
tail.
haven't been
Yeah.
able to stop thinking about it.
Well, then get it.
And so I'm like,
Like I was
The only
making a
thing
joke
is
about
make sure you get it
2004
waxed
because every
first.
guy in 2004 had one, which is why
Right?
what I think of when I think of eyebrow piercings. But like, yeah, get them. It could look cute.
yeah, because but now it's just like,
just don't get this. Don't get the angry bird
Yeah,
piercing.
get it on like
Yeah.
the tail end of it.
Yeah, get it like
Yeah.
Yeah, get
well,
like,
yeah, like
real
it would be,
cute
like,
on
like,
you.
right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely see if you can try some like pinchers first. If you can get ones that'll work there, just because you wear glasses, so you want to make sure that it's visible and it doesn't keep banging your glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, luckily enough for me, like my glasses sit really far away from everything, and like they're never up high enough to actually be anywhere near my brows, which is nice. But yeah, it's like she mentioned that like 6 months ago, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it yet. I'm like, I should do that thing.
when's your
Yeah.
birthday again?
I've
September.
Nice. All right, I'll take you out to get pierced if you want.
That's when I got all these ones done too. Was
I remember you got them all, and then you were like, "Ow, my ear," because you
Really?
couldn't use because you did it right when we were doing a game binge.
Yeah, I got it the same day. I got it on a Thursday, and then we had game on the next night.
Oh, because we were just and then we were just starting Rime.
Yeah.
So you were
Oh yeah.
All right.
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be funny.
I want to get a nose piercing real bad.
Yup.
Like I will never
Yup.
get like the little bull.
No.
But
Not
I will
bull.
never get the
This-
septum. But I've always wanted like just like
Yup.
a little one.
Yep, right there.
But I can't decide
Yeah.
if I want to get a stud or a hoop.
Yeah, I want a stud. I know I want a
I
stud.
mean,
Okay.
you don't need to commit.
It's true. You can change them. I'm like I
Like-
personally.
So I
think I would
dated a
look real
girl who
cute
used
with
to
a hoop.
have the who used to have a stud primarily,
Mm-hmm.
and she really liked it, but it does cause some problems, especially like, well, you're gonna be in LA by the time you get that, so like,
Yeah.
so long as it's dry conditions, so long as you don't, basically, so long as your nose is clean on the inside, it's fine. Otherwise, it causes problems when you've got like a cold. We'll put it that way.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
thing is, I don't get sick that often.
Well, then
knock on wood.
then do it. Get it fine. It's fine.
I've always
But I'm
been
like,
tempted because I like how they look, and I've got really nice like
Yeah.
nose
Yeah.
flare there.
I'm like,
but-
I think I would look real cute with like
Right?
Do it.
That's what I
allergies.
thought too. It's like I think I look cute with that.
like
there.
a little.
Just get a copper
little
one
ring.
that'll increase your healing power. Get magnetized copper or something out
Yeah,
of
I
like.
spend like the majority of spring with a stuffed nose, so I can just imagine having a
Oh,
nose
parents-
stud
it
would
would
be
be
awful.
annoying. It would be
My mom
annoying.
actually has a little stud in her nose, and she gets really bad allergies now, and
Is it fine?
It doesn't bother her at all.
All right. So chat. Any questions that you want to ask? Anything you want to talk about? I did want to say that tonight. So for those of you who are tuning in who are like, "Hey, why is Rime of the Frostmaiden not in costume?" It's because it's balls hot.
It's
Yeah.
so hot.
So I'm
It's the
actually wearing my
opposite of
glasses right
game.
now to look at chat.
So like we normally costume. So like this is casual Monday for us because it is very warm in the Pacific Northwest. We're having a heat wave. It's just now starting to cool down. And we're not putting on our costumes for an hour of game.
No.
No.
But the problem is that Rime of the Frostmaiden, we didn't expect it to run for like longer than 6 months. But we kept doing optional missions and it's fun. But the costumes are designed for winter. Because of course it is, which is why future games will be designed for lighter conditions and can always have a blanket added to the lap. So it's casual Monday, and instead we're wearing these attractive t-shirts.
Oh,
I got baby
I just
girl.
feel the urge.
I'm just saying this game. It
I
feels like
feel
it
What is
needs
that?
more
What does the bottom of that say, Hayden? It needs more what?
More Harwar.
What? Who's Harwar?
He's like this really cute NPC who had no right to be as fun as he was, but we love him, and this game
Yeah.
just needs more.
Needs more
Harwar.
Huawar.
You just show off the Harwar on your girls.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided to wear Dork Tales merch tonight because we're hopeless shills. So.
I mean, I was already wearing this shirt today, so it just worked out.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, you got the character pages up for Trizelta. Can I get you to do me a favor? Since I also need to talk to you about whether or not you actually want like a titled role as Wikimaster, because I didn't want to force that on you. But you are accepted name. So if you want the title, like let me know. PM me. Or DM me. I'll roll a 4 under you if you're DM. are you able to figure out on our wiki site how to do our stat blocks and character photos? Kind of like how Critical Role does it, like on their wikis. Like, you know how they have the stat block and stuff? We have them on like the Shards of Nirn characters, but they format weird. So can you take a peek at that and see what you can figure out? Because I'm not smart enough and you have been living there. Royal Wikimaster. You have a template up now? Okay, cool. Yeah, let's link that when you have a sec. Yeah, we didn't put on costumes because it's really hot. So,
It's so hot.
Thank you, Killer Snake, for saying we don't have to. I appreciate it. I know that I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. It's actually nice to hear people be like, "Yeah, it's fine." No.
Yeah, 'cause I really
I
don't
like how you
know.
did that actually. So is there a way to add a photo on top of that so that it's inside of the bounding box, so it's the same size? Can you take a look? Which monster from third-party books would you bring over to 5th ed? If you... So, IT Witch, because that's what I'm going to call you from now on, because you know about technology. I actually use a lot of monsters outside of 5th ed. Outside of standard Wizards of the Coast stuff. Because there aren't that many. Like, we've only got like 4 books with monsters in them, aside from like the stuff that's at the back of modules. Like, I love some of the monsters in Rime, like the spitting mimics are great. They're like mimics on steroids. But I use a lot of stuff from Kobold Press for additional monsters. So, for example, I use... what was one I used the other day? So, Tome of Beasts. I use the hell out of this book, if you can't tell. Particularly for my homebrews. And I'll give you an example. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Tome of Beasts 2, which I kickstarted. This book is fantastic. Not sponsored. Would be sponsored. And with this book, you can get, hold on, the best, and you know what I'm going to show. Everybody knows what I'm going to show. And that is, of course, the most dangerous monster in all of Dungeons and Dragons. It is, where the fuck is it? It's the next page. The Snake with 100 Mage Hands.
I love it so much.
I
I want
love
to fight
that
it
so
so,
much, right?
bad.
So, like, I love these books because they have some, they have, like, this is a 400-page book of monsters, and it's the second one. This is where I come up with a lot of weird ideas, and I'm flipping through, and I'm like, huh, what are they going to encounter if they end up getting stopped in the plains? Maybe this. The Bone Splitter, which is a giant bone worm. Challenge rating 13, that would have ruined you. But you also come up with some really cool stuff and some great puns, like the Aurora Horribialis. Horribilis?
Oh my god, I love
Horribilis.
it.
However, I will say these are not the best books. Kobold Press is fantastic, but I want to shout out to a Vancouver publisher. I also have Grim Hollow and a bunch of other ones, but hold on. I'm going to show you my favorite. Where is it? Where is it? You know what I'm grabbing. Where the hell is it? It's not here? Is it over... Is it over there? Monsters of the Underworld. One second. Okay. Alright, so... Cowwood Publishing, or Cowwood Press? Yeah, Cowwood Publishing is a Vancouver-based publisher that does the... They're a bit smaller, but as you can tell, I've got a lot of tabs in this book because these are the funniest fucking monsters. I strongly suggest you buy these books if you want really fun art and you want really interesting things. So, for example, this inspired an entire 3-episode arc of Shards of Nirn, Infected Drow. Remember
That's
these?
cool.
Because that inspired an entire arc where the Drow had a basically an orgy festival, a pleasure festival, where they all imbibed mushroom spores to get super high, right? And then they mated, and you know, unsuccessfully, successfully. But the spores had been supercharged by one of the Shards of Nirn, which meant that instead of just getting them high, it started turning them into Last of Us zombies. Yeah, it was a really cool thing. And this book is fantastic. these are great books, and also, and this is where we lose a viewer or two, because I have to show it. You know which one I'm going to show. The greatest monster ever, the Maga Naga. The Maga Naga, right there. He's green, sorry. The Maga Naga. Large monstrosity, chaotic evil, compulsive liar. The Naga feels compelled to lie the majority of the time. Let's see. Living deep underground is the most xenophobic of all monsters. The Maga Naga is a paranoid, spiteful, snake-like creature. This overweight orange monster is truly a horrid creature. Stupid serpent. Although it's powerful, the Maga Naga is rather unintelligent. It has a huge ego and inflated sense of its power. Racist reptile. This monster hates all other races and species and blames them for its problems. It longs for the days when the underworld didn't have such a diverse group of creatures living in it. The ugly monstrosity rages at other creatures and tells them to go back where they came from. Walled home. The Maga Naga builds an earthen wall around its home. It's quite lazy and spends much of its time behind this large wall. Actions incite violence.
So funny.
It's so good. And they're all like this. They all have these really great jokes in them. That's not an unrelated factoid. Yeah, fair. Considering running something in September other than... is the heat getting... So, in September, I'm running Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and I'm running a ton of stuff in September. So, Witchlight is starting in September, and then I'm running Mage then, Shards of Nirn is running through then, and I should be finishing off Emry's in September or October. And once Emry's is done, I'm looking at starting another D&D game in its place, so long as I have the correct number of days off. I've started to learn that running game 7 days a week is not good. Is not healthy from
Yeah, you gotta
my brain
limit your
meats.
D&D.
Yeah, I'm glad you're learning.
Does it have coiffed hair? Yeah, it does. The Maga Naga, the Maga Naga. It's so good. Hold on, there are a couple of really good ones. Also, the Echo Gecko. It's not a call out, but just saying you're attacked by the Echo Gecko. And then do I have Monsters of the Fey Wild? Because that has the one that Hayden will love. It's somewhere. Monsters of the... What does the cover look like? It's black. All of these freaking books are black. Monsters of Feyland.
Yes. Just give me fae shit always. I wanted to be a fairy when I was a kid. Like,
Right? Right?
Winx is
Okay.
my favorite show.
So there's the Doubt Trout.
Yeah. I'll put
Um,
you on my main screen.
Doubt Trout. So these... they question your mission. The most powerful of all creatures in the Feywild, of course, is... Oh, sorry, that's in the Underdark. It is, those of you, the Careless Whisper.
The Careless Whisper.
The Kobold Press Monster books are fantastic.
They're pretty seen, man. I like them a lot.
Let's see. So, let's see. What else do we have here that's fantastic? The other one that is absolutely great is, of course, read this. What does that say? It's the Goblin King. And
Yeah, that's so... You've shown me him before. I love it so much.
I used him in that one shot that you were in for Extra Life, so...
No, I know. I remember.
It was super good. But yeah, so if that to answer your question, I love these guys. They are great. I love using Kobold and Kwood. The one thing I will strongly suggest, though, is if you use Kwood or Kawwood, I don't know how it's pronounced, their challenge ratings are roughly analogous to the Wizard of the Coast ones. So if you use that, you should be fine. A lot of their mechanics basically give class abilities to monsters, which allow for some pretty interesting fights, and allows for monsters to have sneak attacks. But Tome of Mystery, or probably Tome of Beasts, Tome of Beasts 2, and the Creatures Codex from Kobold Press, they don't mess around with their challenge ratings. If your party is average level 5 and you go up against a Kobold Press monster that is CR 5, they're gonna get wrecked. Like, by and large. Whereas the Wizards of the Coast, I can throw... My general rule with Wizards of the Coast monsters, when I'm doing a homebrew, is, hey... that I can usually handle, like, 3 levels higher, 4 levels higher even, on the CR, and you guys will just roll them. But as for using Kobold, it's an easy fight. Okay, well, sorry about this, bud, but you're gonna time out for that. Love you, but let's keep that kind of stuff
Get
out of the chat. All
I
right.
didn't even see it. Oh well.
All right, how's everybody doing?
Good.
All right.
Just adding some stuff to the my Katarina wiki.
Nice. All right, so appreciate everybody. Let's see, but yeah. So aside from the Maganaga, let's keep the chat friendly. All right, and with that, was there anything else we want to touch on? You'll need some
so.
images. Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up on Discord, and I'll post them. Anyway, last things that we should talk about before we begin.
I don't think so.
I think we're good. At least I'm good.
I'm good to jump back in.
Let's keep trucking.
All right, I hope that we can get through some stuff.
Cause how many towers have we done? This is number 4 or 5.
Is this our 3rd or 4th tower that we've done? Cause we've done...
This is 4, I think.
This is number 4, right? Cause we've done divination, now this is enchantment. What was
Yeah.
it? Fuck me. Abjuration.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done abjuration, divination.
Conjuration? We did conjuration, right?
We do that. Yeah, we did conjuration. I was like, fuck, what is
Cool.
it? Yeah, then we got evocation and yeah, the other ones. Yeah, cool. Dope.
So, real quick, just because it needs to be addressed because I'm getting DM'd about what just happened in the chat. Political discussion open in the chat. And I know there were multiple sides to it, but it was certain terms that were used I didn't like, so I timed someone out. It's my channel and it's my call. I make no qualms and no excuses that this is a very left-leaning channel. And we're pretty solidly, we take a pretty solid stance to say that we stand against the previous presidential administration in the United States, period. Like, sorry. Nothing against you personally, probably, but that's just the stance. And I'm going to make fun of the Maganaga forever, because it's great. It's hilarious. But, I mean, that's just how it is. So, just because, yeah. But that's the end of it, because I want to play some D&D. Sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We also have made our stance on some stuff that's happened in Texas recently very public, enough that I put a disclaimer on the YouTube video that said I'm not discussing this in the comments because it ain't worth it. But hey, that's who we are. That's what we do. We hope you enjoy our games. We'd love you to stick around, even if you disagree with us. But if a TV show has those type of jokes or opinions, it's not going to engage directly with you. So I'm not going to either on that. I have my opinions. And, you know, maybe you'll change your mind if I present some good information, but that's not my job. Anyway, love you very much. Hope you all are having fun. I actually do like you all. So, but let's try to keep that out of the chat, and gotta remember where we were real quick. God, it is so hot. It's so,
I know. I feel that.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's so hot.
Right.
I'm so
Very sticky.
drippy.
I know, right? So I have a towel on my leather chair to keep it a bit more
Are
comfortable.
you getting the diva chair?
I'm going to once I have money.
All right. Nice.
I really want it. It's super fun. It's super pretty.
You should. It's gonna go on sale soon too. So
They're having a sale right now, but it's still like
they have a sale every month. To be fair, come on.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
It's how they sell the chairs.
That's how they sell the chairs.
okay. Let's take a drink. Ready? We're gonna head back into game.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so refreshing.
Right. Oh god, I drank like an entire gallon during the break. But
For legal reasons, this is Kool-Aid.
for
We
legal
long
reasons.
rested. I can change my spells. Ah, okay, cool.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right. So we're gonna head back into game now. Thank you so much for being patient with us, folks. Love you very much. Let's head over in 3. Oh god, that was loud. 2, 1. Welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden here on Dork Tales. As you rest throughout the night, 8 hours pass in quiet contemplation and rest. As they do, you'll hear the sound of the machinery whirring and processing. And as you finish your rest and step outside, you will see the woman that is High Enchantress. It's specifically High Enchantress. Ythryn, sitting in the chair, her bright eyes blinking rapidly as the machine finishes repairing the damage done. She reaches up and removes the small, almost like one of those devices that they have, devices, well, this shows what I know about this stuff. One of those things they have at hair salons. Remember the old, like, the
Yep.
booth with like the, I always thought those would, like, control your mind when I was
I've
a kid.
used those.
Yeah,
But-
I've used one of those too.
So one of those lifts up from her head, and as just automatically the arm raises, and she looks around the room as you finish studying, resting, and hello. Hello. Hello.
Are you?
We've already met before, but not with this body.
Right.
Oh, that's so strange. I dislike it intensely. Hello again for the first time, I suppose. I am pleased to meet your acquaintance. I am High Enchantress Ythryn.
Nice to meet you for real. Nice city in Callisto.
Yes, and Vistra, Kali, and Katarina. And Velen. I have every memory this thing She wraps her knuckles against the side of the tank. Junk, junk. Everything this thing has or took from me. It already gave you the... I'm sorry, I'm just... It's been a very, very long time.
How long have... When did this happen? To you?
A long time ago. And as the rush of memories seems to creep across her face, you see the strong line of her mouth and nose begin to quiver. Tears forming in the corners of her eyes.
I'll nudge Cat.
Yeah. Cat's gonna kind of snap out of the not shock, but
I
and
don't...
she's gonna go up to her, I guess.
Oh, thank you. Please. She'll gesture with a shaking hand down at your hip, where you have your crossbow slung. And will tug down the tatters of her robe, exposing the crook of her neck. I have... I've lived a very long time. And my survival instinct is very strong. It took everything. And she will just descend into a weeping fit at that point, as just the trauma of hundreds of years of mental violation just keeps striking her like waves stripping sand from a shore.
Cat's just gonna try to comfort her.
As you do that, what I'd like is an Arcana roll off of any of you.
Sure.
If you do not have Arcana, you can still make the intelligence roll flat without disadvantage.
Not gonna be great.
18.
18.
I'm gonna spend my determination on this.
Sounds
I rolled
good.
so low. So it's gonna be
16.
16?
17.
All right. All right. So with that, you are going to remember, anybody who got a 15 or up is going to remember that this thing was listed. If the Obelix is contained, it has the power to cast 2 additional spells. A Greater Restoration that restores memory, and a 9th level Modify Memory. If you so chose to activate the machine again, you could probably use that on her as a therapy tool.
To help calm her down?
No, basically to just take the traumatic edge. Now, so for in real life, for example, they're doing trials right now of giving psychedelics and ecstasy to people with PTSD so that they can re-go through their situation again. They can relive the memories, but in control and through a positive lens. It's a really interesting type of medical study they're doing right now. That is kind of the vibe that this is going for, is that you can tweak her memories so that they are no longer painful.
Cat is gonna suggest that to her.
Okay. I want you to give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Coming right.
Now, don't forget, you still have inspiration this game.
And mind you, with my disadvantage, I still can't roll below a base 10.
I know, you can't.
So unless I roll a 1, that's still gonna be a base of 22.
A base of 22 with disadvantage?
Well, sorry, a base 10 with 22.
And now you're going to roll double ones.
No, I rolled an 8 and an 11.
No, you didn't, because you also have a D4. Because this is
right.
oh no, sorry, no, this isn't a save or an attack. So you don't actually.
Oh
my
yeah,
bad. My bad. My bad.
I didn't roll them anyways.
Yeah, you're not hashtag blessed, but okay. So with
Well,
that,
we are just not using it right now.
she is going to collapse into a quivering mess, but will basically submit to whatever you suggest to her at this point. Use your power wisely.
I think she's gonna do it.
Okay. To do so, plugging her back in will require an Arcana roll.
Okay. Because Kat's kind of thinking, like, if the roles were reversed, she'd want it.
That's fair.
Can I assist
Yes, you
Katarina
may.
by showing her how to do it? Because I've done
Yes,
it
you
before.
may. So you may roll with advantage.
Shoot.
You want high, because
Yes. So the roll that I did was an 18. The advantage roll, I got a 1.
Well,
all right. So you got an 18 total.
No, it would have been a dirty 20.
Okay. So with Modify Memory, you will be able to cast this at a 9th level. Modify Memory, with that, means that you can do the following. Modify Memory. You attempt to reshape another creature's memories. They must make a Wisdom saving throw if you're fighting the creature. I'm going to say that you can submit to this. When this charm lasts, this is permanent, by the way, because of the way the machine works. You can affect the memory of an event that experienced with... Well, this is the machine rounds up for this one. You must speak to the target to describe how the memories are affected and must be able to understand... you must be able to understand each other's languages for the modified memories to take root. The mind fills in any gaps and details of your description. If the spell ends... No, it won't. It doesn't necessarily affect how they behave, particularly if the memory contradicts their natural inclinations, alignments, or beliefs. An illogical modified memory, such as implanting a memory of how the creature enjoyed dousing itself in acid, is dismissed as a bad dream. I like how they have to put that in there, because players can be dicks.
Oh, you really want to take a bath in this nice vat of acid. It's really good.
The DM may decide that you messed up, and it's you suggested a dumb memory. Is the shorthand of the end of that. It says that if you present a nonsensical one, like you're actually Bugs Bunny, I can be like, nah, brah, they're not.
Fun dream.
Fun dream. So yeah, what are you going to say to them? How are you going to restate, and how are you going to repurpose their brain? What's your remodeling plan looking like?
Mostly kind of like what you were saying, about, like, not erasing anything, but I guess trying to put a positive spin on things.
Okay, so why don't you give me an insight roll
Okay.
to try to figure out exactly what you should say.
Yeah, because I, as a player, have no clue.
That's fine.
But
This is why-
Cat, as insight, gets a 22.
Nice. So doing that, the 22, I think that, okay, thinking about this as Kat would say it, I would think this would probably be something like, you will forget all of the bad things that happened. You will forget all of the memories of pain that this thing caused you, but will remember it happened, but those memories will not affect you, nor will you care to think of them again, except to acknowledge that they happened. They are part of your life, but they have no power over you, and you are stronger than them. Seems like a type of cat type of thing to say, right?
Yeah.
They're not chains, they're merely a footnote in your biography type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that would work just fine.
Yeah, that's kind of what she was going for.
Okay.
It's like that kind of.
The machine will, and there is a sudden flash of pink light throughout the room. And she will blink and look up. Her makeup that was still clinging to her face after all of those years, probably because of the crown, is streaked and dripping from her eyes, but now is framing steady, strong eyes.
And Cat will press the digitation in it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Are you feeling better?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you. What a horrible beast.
Seems it.
You're never getting out of there again. I'm sorry for any trouble that I caused you. As I said before, I'm High Enchanter Severa, and I'm here at your service now. If there's anything that I can do... You said that you're trying to collect the right of the Octad.
Yes, we are.
Have you been to the Tower of Necromancy?
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
You can see that there was a bit of hope that sparked in her eyes, and when she hears that you hadn't, she will...
What was there?
She bites her lip, and a bit of a hue rises to her pale cheeks. A dear person of mine, High Necromancer Kadavix. I was not able to see him after the crash. I've been sealed inside of here.
No, we'll be heading there, so we'll keep our eyes open.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I must give you something for your trouble here. You're from the outside world.
Yes, we are.
I'll aid you in any way that I can. Although, if you're asking for the right of the Octad, that means that you're trying to climb the spire.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to.
I will not set foot in there, and I will not stand against Iriolarthus. However, I will give you a token.
Anything's appreciated.
You may have... and she'll stand up and stride into the other room. Reaching down, she'll come back with her golden staff. You can have my charming wit or my ageless body.
What does each do, Kelly?
So she will offer you, she has a staff of charming that she is willing to offer you, as well as a crown of timeless body.
And it can have one?
Yeah, she's willing to give you one. She probably doesn't want to give the crown back, but she's over. She can probably make another one eventually. They both require attunement, and if you ask what they do, she will offer them. I mean, she's offering them to you and the party, right? So, Crown of Timeless Body makes you age more slowly. You age at 1 year per 100.
Oh.
Staff of Charming has Charm Person on command, which is pretty dope.
Cat wants that crown really bad.
I personally think the Staff of Charming would do you really well, Katarina.
Well,
The way
Cat
that
can
you-
charm people. I'm not very charming myself.
That's why I said Katarina.
It's true.
It is true. But I also don't want to die in 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, but
The crown and the staff would both go well with those robes you have.
I need something to hang on to myself. And this crown has allowed me to live for this long. I suppose that
You really need to live longer, Cat.
Going from being able to live for so long to decades now has not been a very good awakening.
Well, spend the time you've got saving up for, like, resurrection. And just come back again.
DM,
yes.
in time, if Lysithian were to study certain magics and stuff like that, would I, in time, eventually be able to learn to make a crown kind of like this?
This seems like this is either enchantment or transmutation, so it's not your
Okay.
specialty. However, I mean, if you hit level 20, I mean, probably this is a pretty rare item. And by the way, this is the point in the adventure where the paths diverge, I wanted to point out, because before game I told you that the original module was much darker. This crown is not good in the original module. Spoiler. In this, it's much nicer, but much sadder. So, I'll tell you more after game because it's spoilers. But,
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
but
And what does the crown look like?
so the crown, I'm going to say that it kind of looks like... I'm thinking kind of like the crown on the evil witch from Sleeping Beauty. On
Like
Maleficent.
the small tiara?
I think it's kind of, yeah.
Oh, like the kind of like the simple band with the like jewel in the center.
I'm seeing spikes when I look at this.
Oh.
I'm seeing that it's, hold on, crown. So,
You're making me want this more.
I'm gonna say that it's kind of got like a smaller version of, and I can't show everybody because that's not the way that my layout works, but I will post it in. So kind of like a more hold on, I've got one. So it kind of looks like a more tiered version of this.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Like it has like kind of like the Ice King's crown,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's in gold or like platinum.
So I'm just thinking, guys, those little creatures, those weren't that we fought in the, not the Nothics, but the bluey guys. Those weren't too bad to hit. We could go back for that magic hammer, because you guys are all getting magic things, and there's a magic hammer there. I kinda
The
want
magic
it.
hammer?
Yeah, in the Tower of, I forget, it was one of the beginning ones we did.
The Tower of Abjuration. Yes. The hammer there. What would you like to know about it? Is the High
What is
Abjurer
it?
still alive?
No.
the hammer is not a weapon.
Oh, darn.
That the Tower of Abjuration is the death of magic. It's quite potent, actually. The artifact there that you've already been there.
Yes.
Most excellent. What I could tell you about that right away is that it's the Anvil of Disjunction. That artifact has the power to destroy any magic item that isn't an artifact from the gods.
Oh, I don't like magic. That could be interesting.
It can.
Be very
It should reverse any spell that a magic item has cast on you. Any particular things as well.
Guys, we need to go back.
But it only works, of course, if you take it to the anvil, and it's a stationary object.
Damn.
I apologize. Having a hammer that could destroy any magic item would be quite potent.
Yeah, no, that's why I was quite interested in that, but, it's just, yeah, I don't know if you've gotten this vibe about me. We've only met each other for a bit, but I'm not too magic-y myself. I kind of just hit things.
Perhaps the Temple of, perhaps the Tower of Transmutation, then? It may be stocked with some weapons. Or the Temple... as he keeps saying temple, sorry, my comment isn't translating in my head well. The Tower of Evocation, perhaps. If he's still alive, you're going to have a lot of fun there. You in particular, I bet. You're quite a strong one, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Don't let
just a little
Zadalus
bit.
convince you to get into any of his games. He's quite a blowhard.
So, does the crown do anything else, or just extend life?
All right, so here is what is going to happen. The crown has 3 charges, which are used to fuel the spells within it. While wearing the crown, you can use your action to cast one of the following spells from the crown, even if you are incapable from casting spells. Sapping Sting, no charges, or 1 to cast at 5th level. Plus 7 to hit range attacks. Temporal Shunt, 3 charges, spell save DC 17. No components required. In addition, you can cast Time Ravage once per 100 years. It regains all charges at the beginning of the day. Staff of Charming. While holding the staff, you can use an action to expend one of its 10 charges to cast Charm Person, Command, or Comprehend Languages from it using your spell save DC. The staff can also be used as a magic quarterstaff, which means it does magic damage and bypasses any type of damage resistance that does not specifically, isn't specifically immune to it, which there are very few. If you are holding the staff and fail a saving throw against an enchantment spell that targets only you, you can turn it into a successful save. You can't use this property until the next dawn if you do so. So once a day you can be like, nah, I'm good. If you succeed to save against an enchantment spell that targets only you, with or without the staff's intervention, you can use your reaction to spend 1 charge to bounce the spell back at the caster. It regains 1d8 plus 2 expanded charges daily. If you expend the last charge, it becomes a staff. Non-magical. Or if you roll a 1. Pardon me, if you spend the last charge and roll a 1, it becomes non-magical. So that thing's actually pretty dope, too. So now Cat must make the quest, because must determine whether or not she seeks to extend her own life at the death of another.
Oh.
I mean, to be honest, I think I'd vote for the staff. If we're taking a party vote at all, Cat, if you need any help
and
deciding.
also, the staff can be used by bards, clerics, druids, sorcerers, warlocks, or wizards. So, who doesn't have any magic items, raise your hands.
Yeah, I think of the ring, Christine.
What ring?
The
I
ring
have-
of...
Oh, the bind ring,
you
yeah.
have the ring.
Yeah.
You have the mind ring.
ring
And
of Rami.
Cat, you have the robe of eyes.
Oh yeah, I ended up with that.
What do you mean you ended up with that? That gives you, like, blind sight, dark vision, like...
Yeah, but she doesn't particularly like it.
Also, you couldn't have been surprised in the previous fight because of that. So you gotta remember that.
Right. I forgot that I had it.
Yeah, I forgot I got the ring in the hag fight.
Yeah, Viscera's the only one, but
Katarina, if I might weigh in here, if that's alright.
Always.
It's while this kind of magic isn't exactly my specialty, if you give me enough time, I could probably study it, and I might be able to make you something similar. The crown, I mean. So, if that's really what you want, I would be willing to take some time out of my ridiculously long lifespan to potentially make you a crown if that's what you want. I could try. I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best.
The staff would be much more useful in our current predicament as well.
It's true. I do think the staff is probably the better bet.
Yeah.
And there's the option of me making you a crown in, give me a year or two.
Yeah. Let's go with the staff.
It's all yours, Katarina. And she will hand you the staff. So I will send you the write-up for that when you have a sec.
Awesome.
Actually, I will just copy paste it. I'll do it later.
Okay.
You have it. It is it counts as a +1/+1 quarterstaff, I believe. Actually, they didn't write that, so let me just double check that real quick. I think this is a supercharged version of the Staff of Charming from the DMG. Because homebrew magic items are rad. Staff of Charming.
Also, Avira,
Yes.
you had a was everyone in the town were you all friends?
We all work together, yes. Allow me to tell you a little bit about Ythryn.
Because there's someone in the Tower Divination that kind of turned into a creature frog thing.
Oh yeah, that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh. What has happened?
Bitch took my eye. But yeah, no, she's a fucking frog.
She changed forms or something?
High Diviner
Someone took over
Appius?
her?
Yeah, that's who it was.
A frog.
Yes.
A very large...
Yes.
A slod. She was researching the Chaos Phage. Before the crash, one of her experiments might have escaped, and... That's a bit beyond me. But I'd be happy to look into it if you... I'll be happy to look into it if you could look into the temple Tower of Necromancy to check if my friend is there.
Sure.
Yes.
She's not getting her fucking book back though.
I mean, she did say we could have it.
Well, yeah.
Did she? I thought she wanted it back. Either way, I was keeping it. Again, bitch took my eye. She can fuck off.
So, what can I tell you about Ythryn? I'm happy to give you as much knowledge as you need.
Well, everything, but also what the fuck is the thing in the spire? Like, that's the kind of end goal?
Do you mean
what the fuck is
Eolathus? Or
Sure.
the spindle. Ythryn was under the command of a lich named Eolathus. He was obsessed with finding relics and magic from the ancient past. Our city was governed by 8 arcanists, myself included. We were known as the Wizards of the Ebon Star. The city was held aloft by magic of an arcane sphere known as the Mythilar. It also had the power to recharge magic items, control the weather. On a tremendous scale. The entire continents, in fact, could be under our guidance and control. We could create prosperous crops. We could drown empires.
You're sounding a lot like kind of the frost bitch a little bit.
I'm sorry?
Oh, the Frostmaiden,
Or
Oral.
minor goddess who kind of decide to control places. weather.
She's trying to... Well, she's keeping all of Icewind Dale frozen and locked away, pretty much.
Yeah, you're kind of sounding a little bit like you kind of have, like, that's a lot
Similar
of power.
goals.
That's a lot of power for people. to hear.
Netheril did what it had to do to ensure the safety of Faerun. Our power was wisely used. But it was absolute, and not always kind. Yes. I took no relish in the choices that I've made, but I made them, and by right they are mine. Everything was going well until we found the Spire. We were on a mission to find relics and ruins from Astoria, an empire of spellcasting giants. We found something, a shard of some divine relic called the Spindle. When we brought it aboard, it suppressed the Mythalar. We crashed. In times of trouble, a force field is automatically raised around the Enclave's central spire that only we, the High Council, and Eolarthus can pass through. That's why you need the ritual. Once you're inside, you can access, I suppose, the Spindle. Potentially you could destroy it and free the city, or use it for your own ends. I could have sworn that you were here for the obelisk, though.
What does the obelisk do?
With the correct amount of willpower, one can use the spire, the obelisk at the spire's core to, well, along with the Staff of Power, one can turn back time. It is an incredibly rare relic. I doubt anything has been created in the world since without Netheril. Is this... The city is no longer beautiful. I remember when we were aloft by law, every mage had to prestidigitate the streets clean. It was a law that you had to pick up after yourself. Now look at this. Our constructs are running ragged, raging through the ruins. Our magen, like security guards at a dilapidated bazaar.
So if we remove the spindle, what happens?
I'm not certain. I know that the spindle suppresses magic.
So, hypothetically,
Yes?
what if we took the spindle? Would it free Icewind Dale? So, like, hypothetically, it suppresses magic. It could suppress the Ice Bitch's magic, maybe, and long enough for us to kill her.
Potentially. It's quite powerful. Once you reach the Chamber of the Ebon Star, you would be able to raise Ythryn. One moment while I double check that real quick, because this is... Let's see.
Don't know if a power like that should be raised.
I was about to say, I'm like, why? It's been gone for so long, what would be the point?
The power to turn back time, that is not something that should be...
I mean, it could be
That's
useful
not-
in
it's
some
not-
aspects.
It's not natural. That is, like, totally perverting the
I
world.
thought that you would have been here for the obelisk, though.
I will say, we could turn back time. It depends on how it would work, really. But we could turn back time in order to stop the frost bitch. I don't know how that would work for us if we'd get sucked back through time. Time magic is very...
It's one of a
it's
kind.
confusing.
Don't like magic, don't like time even more. That sounds just... Ugh, not up my alley at all.
I
No, it's
mean,
not.
going back any more than 7 months, and I wouldn't be me anymore.
That's
Oh.
true. How long is Icewind Dale?
I don't think it
2
would
years.
change you. I think it would just change everything else.
Change everything else around us.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's keep that buried and forgotten.
Yeah.
Don't think... No one should have that power. No one should have that power. Not even the gods.
Why not?
But if we have... We wouldn't have that power if the gods didn't want us to. I'm not saying we're gonna go turning back time, I'm just saying... It's a possibility.
Hmm.
And it could work. And if it doesn't affect us...
Ah. Yeah. If that happens...
Yeah, it might not affect us, but wouldn't it affect all of our relationships?
Yeah, that's
And who guarantees if we do it right? I mean, how do we know how time even works? Like,
You study
if we
it.
miss...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fair. I'm in the same boat as you. You take the time to study it and figure it out. Time magic has always been fascinating to me. I study more evocation. That's always been more my strong suit. But I wouldn't mind dabbling into time magic a little bit, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, just out of character real quick, because I know some of you have played games like Mage the Ascension, where time magic is a lot more free-flowing. In D&D, this is an unthinkable power, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, just, so Vistra is not wrong.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering that, because I've played Time Mages before.
Yeah, no, you don't, there's a 9th level spell called Time Stop that literally, there's like fireworks going off prematurely outside.
Oh yeah, I hear that outside my house.
So time magic in D&D, like a level 9 spell Time Stop, literally just goes, hold up a minute, and then you walk off, and that's the entire spell. You can't actually attack somebody with Time Stop. You can't do anything like this. You just like freeze time and then run away, or do whatever you want, like tie their shoelaces together, stuff like that. This is a power that's literally like, hey, you know what we need? More Harwar. Let's go clone him. And then you assemble Harwars from all alternate pasts.
Jesus.
No, Harwar. At that point, there is only Harwar.
Oh my god. We do need more.
There we go. Sorry, I was having trouble finding where the spindle is being held right now. So I had to do that's a lot of fireworks.
Right? I know, I can hear it from my place too. I'm hearing them outside my window.
It's not Canada yet, guys. Chill.
And that's cancelled. Apparently.
We're
Victoria.
canceled. One second. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. The spindle is what is what is holding us down. I don't think there's anything that can damage it.
Would we be able to take it?
Yeah, potentially. It's quite large, but it drains magic. It's thirsty for it. I say spindle, but it's the size of well, one of you at least. But you're quite strong. It would dampen any magical effects nearby.
If we combine that with already having basically change the weather on her island. That could work.
Yeah.
If
Potentially.
we can get this fucking thing back to her island. But even just bringing it back to, like, even Bremen.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's much that you still have time to do. Unfortunately, each of us kept the right of the Octid and how to break it secret from each other so that we could not be tortured or tricked into providing the information to those not already allowed inside. The nearest towers would be the Tower of Evocation and the Tower of Divination, which you said you've already been to.
Mm-hmm.
So, evocation next.
Evocation it is then.
Do you... I'd like to meditate on something. Do you mind giving me a moment just to pop downstairs? I just want to check on something.
Of course.
I just had a thought about something. I just need to think it over in peace.
All right.
I make an insight check on Lysithian.
Sure, go ahead.
Not great. That's gonna be a 12.
All right. So, vibe check, Lysithian.
All right, vibe check. Do you want? Should I roll deception against?
Roll me
this then?
deception.
Okay. Okay, it's gonna be an equal 12.
An equal 12. You got a vibe. You got a vibe from Lysithian. Vibe Scythian. Vibe Scythian is acting a little... You're not sure. You don't know if anything's okay with them or not. Maybe... I don't know. What do you do?
I'm gonna pop downstairs for a moment and just...
Okay.
The water has refrozen overnight, creating a fresh, slick skating rink inside of the circular room of pink.
I'm going to just check over my shoulder a little bit. Actually gonna check what spells I have prepped right now. No, nothing that'll help me. I'm going to pull out the mirror once I know that I'm alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to speak as if I'm just talking out loud to myself, but I would like to contact Asmodeus, if I could. What is this? The fucking room.
Sorry, Hayden's moving stuff around on the map, so I put a demon next to them.
Lamau. I was like, what is this?
Because I don't have Asmodeus as a figurine,
fine.
so I'm like, hi, how's it going? Looking into the mirror, you will see the face of that devilish patron reflect in it.
The possibility of time magic has been broached.
Oh, yes. The most potent nectar. The ability to change your fate. Many have lived and died for such power. Would you?
I'm torn. I don't know if it's something we should be messing with in order to fix Icewind Dale. It is tempting.
Are you sure you already haven't?
In what sense?
Life, death, every second, every breath is a contract with time. It is only the fool who believes that their future and past are not intertwined, are not preordained, and the arrogance of magic to cheat on the contract's signed dotted line. If you will use the obelisk to travel through time, you have already done so.
It's an interesting point. Where is the obelisk?
Unfortunately, my dear servant, I cannot provide whether you have or have not done so. For even the gods are bound by chains of our own making.
Fair. I'm just
The
debating.
spindle is not for you. Nor can you destroy it. Not even the anvil and hammer are enough.
Oh. Yeah,
However,
okay.
it will steal everything from you.
The spindle.
Yes, it is hungry. It is thirsty for the magic in your blood.
And my companion's magic as well?
It hungers for all magic. But perhaps spindles, by their nature, tend to be sharp, don't they?
Yes. What are you getting at?
Oral is a potent creature. And so long as a single adherent prays to her, leaves a sacrifice, or weeps at cruelty with a gleeful smile, she will return no matter how many times you defeat her. Unless...
Yes. Unless.
she's weakened. I have it on good authority that the other gods, her former paramours and partners, loathe her. They turn against her. Should you defeat her, they may take advantage, but why let them have the opportunity? Were you to catch her in her final form and to plunge a bit of that, well, to plunge the spire into her frozen heart, who knows what it could do?
So we'd only need a piece of it, is what you're telling me.
Well, it cannot be damaged. It cannot be shrunk. Perhaps a trebuchet.
I was going to suggest, is it possible to lead her here?
Oh, my dear, sweet servant. Oral is already on her way. And I think I'm gonna call game there for the night.
Ah!
Because that sounds like exactly the right time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so congratulations, folks. You guys got a Staff of Charming. We did make it to the Tower of Evocation. We will next session, and I'm really excited about that because it is dumb. And I mean that in a good way.
Nice.
I can't wait.
It's really good. Yeah, sorry, the thing about the spindle, I had to double check our rule real quick because I was like, wait, because parts of the book say something different about the spindle, but then I was reading the entry and it's like, oh yeah, no, it's like OP. And it's about this big. If you want some pictures.
Ooh, that's a big boy.
That's big. It's about, I think it's about like 8 or 9 feet tall. By
Okay.
scale. Maybe 10 feet tall. But that doesn't mean you couldn't use it as a battering ram against a goddess.
Jesus Christ.
Harwar Mulfoon.
Warwar Mulfoon.
H&M. So, hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Did you guys have fun with that one?
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Sorry Kat didn't get her crown.
She's bummed about that, but you know what?
How's Mike feeling about it?
I mean, I like having a staff of charm person. That's pretty dope.
It is not just a staff, it's a Staff of Charm person plus. That thing is like actually really powerful.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm super happy with either of them, but Kat's disappointed that she didn't get the crown. But I mean, it's for the greater good, right?
Exactly, for the greater good.
The greater
Yeah, for the
good.
greater good. Our whole party is good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Kat took the crown, I was probably going to suggest an alignment change.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a like, hey, I'm gonna live so you can die. You're gonna die so I can live.
Yeah.
So real quick, I wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate having you here, folks. If you like what we do, give us a follow here. Give us a sub if you got pocket change, or give us a sub on YouTube where it's free. And like all of our videos and like click bells and stuff. But also, if you want to support the stream, we do have a Patreon, and that money goes towards things like. I'm gonna be entirely blunt. The Patreon goes toward art and music and buying presents for the guy who does the graphic design for free, and then like I'm slowly trying to work it up because I spend about 60 hours a week working on this stream toward rent. So hey, if that's something you'd like to do, a couple bucks, be nice. But no pressure, because the sooner we get paid, the sooner we can get bigger and better and better, and I can do more silly voices. It also more.
I should have done. I did a very rookie D&D thing.
What'd you do?
Oh, I wanted to sneak and listen to that and roll stealth roll, but I forgot to say that I wanted to do that.
That's fine. It's mostly inaudible because they're sneaky. They're sneaky.
You're sneaky.
It's snacks.
All right.
Snacks.
So,
Snacks.
folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to call game right here. So this is going to be the moment where game ends. I'm about to talk about spoilers. Okay? Because I said at the end of game, I would tell you what the difference between the module and not are. Real quick, okay? So, do you want to hear what would have happened otherwise if we had gone with the core?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Okay. So, if you're going to run this module or you're going to play this module, you've been warned. The version where you go and do all that stuff with her, and you can save her or not, like it's your call, that is that. So that's actually two different things that got crammed in together, if I'm not mistaken. And hold on, I'm just finding it because there are a lot of things in this chapter. Arboreum, Tower of... Oh yeah, that's right, there's the Tower of Enchantment. So... Also, I changed it. The Tower of Enchantment technically is the only one that's not in a semi-alphabetical order. It's actually on the other side of the city. I was like, screw it. It's at the north. I don't care. Because it doesn't matter. And I already said you were going there. Tower of Enchantment. It goes from being a 10-page booklet to being 5 paragraphs. Okay? Tower of Enchantment. Ice has engulfed the lower floors, blah. A detect magic spell here, blah, 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 blah. As the party explores higher, the recurring phrase written on the wall... Oh, okay. Here's what the book does, and this is where they're kind of leaning into horror, okay? A detect magic spell here reveals an aura of enchantment magic. The interior walls are covered with the following sentence in Draconic, crudely written with pitch, over and over. All work and no play make Ythryn a dull girl. They literally just shining it. Which is cute, but they do that. As you go higher up in the building, it changes to I am Ythryn, Ythryn is my name. It's written in wine stains, and the floor is littered with empty wine bottles. Painted in blood above the door, leading to the uppermost chamber are the words, the crown knows all, in Draconic. When you enter the utmost chamber, an elderly woman sits rigidly on a black throne, shrouded in ice. She wears a crown of entwined iron tentacles, and her forehead is bruised where the band fits tightly against her skull. An inscription decorates the wall behind her. The room's lit with a continual flame in pink. At the height of her power, she wore a magic crown to shield her mind against mental attacks. When Ythryn crashed and magic was momentarily undone, the crown became corrupted and began to siphon away her memories. She has endured centuries as a husk of her former self, kept alive by the magic of her crown. In her current state, she is stunned, meaning she can't act, period. She's just dumb, like she's frozen. Character who succeeds a wisdom save can tell she's still alive. Her crown is cursed. Removing it from her head causes her to shudder and shed the ice that has formed around her. She's literally the Ice King at this point. With the crown gone... Oh god, she's literally the Ice King. She has no memories, and she's got ice powers. This is ridiculous. Avira only has a few seconds before she dies because the time catches up. She begs you to destroy the crown, release her memories, let her have peace. She can't remove the crown from her head. Any creature that touches it must succeed a DC 17 wisdom save or become charmed and use its next action to put on the crown. If the saving throw succeeds, the creature is immune to the effects of the crown for 24 hours. From the moment it is dawn, the crown begins to siphon memories from its wearer, starting with its earliest. The wearer can sense that the memories are being stolen, but can't remove the crown from its head except within an anti-magic field. Stop that. After wearing the crown for 1 hour, you must make a DC 15 int save or be stunned until the crown is removed from their head by someone else. The saving throw is repeated at the end of each hour until this crown has been removed or its wearer has become stunned. The creature wears the crown for 10 interrupted days. Its condition becomes permanent. Greater Restoration ends the effect and restores. It can be destroyed by the Anvil of Disjunction. Characters... You take shrapnel if you do that. So that is the entire entry for this tower had we gone that route. I think this one was better, although I kind of missed the horror aspect.
Yeah, I like the whole idea of the memories thing, because I definitely... Vistra would have probably been charmed, because she just tends to always fail her charm throws, saving throws. She always gets charmed. So that would be interesting. I think that would have been an interesting
But this is my problem
aspect.
with horror in D&D. Because it turned it into every hour you have to make a DC 15 int save. Most of you will be level 9 at this level. Even a character without int as a save has a, what is that, a 30% chance of succeeding?
Yeah.
Ballpark?
Mm-hmm.
If you have inspiration in your game, you have a 60% chance, or 45% chance maybe. I don't know how the math breaks down. And if you have a save for it, and being that most of the people who would make this save would be a wizard, a caster, or a bard, who would probably touch the crown first, or a rogue. Which I believe rogues get int saves, right? So...
It depends. It depends what kind of rogue you're
That's
playing.
fair.
Because
But-
if you're arcane trickster, your intelligence will be pretty high because that is your spellcasting mod.
Fair. So, but anyway, so that's the difference. This one was interesting, and what I really like, and I wanna do a shout out to Daniel Kahn, or Dan Kahn, I don't know what he prefers, about this one, because he specifically leaves a note in here that says this. Let's see. Troubleshooting. Changing uncomfortable topics. In this adventure, the NPC, if you bring the NPC Catavix here, the necromancer, her lover, who you guys figured that out, the NPC Catavix may end his life after finding out the fate of his love. If this topic is uncomfortable or inappropriate for your table, you can just have Catavix become so overcome with grief that he becomes inconsolable and either remains in the tower or leaves Ythryn forever. So
Wow.
they have specifically
Wow.
taken points that if the idea of suicide or any type of that type of thinking is not right for your group or is not right for that moment in your lives where you're running the game, here's some other options. And I really like that they took the consideration, because that's a very heavy subject, and way heavier than just her being like, kill me, I can't take the trauma, because let's be fair, the violation of her situation can be very triggering for people as well if it's interpreted in a certain way,
Yeah.
right? So anyway, I really like these mods, and I'm excited for the Tower of Evocation next week. Maybe we'll be in costume again, but it is...
Supposed to be.
Saturday's supposed to be like 30 degrees.
Oh, really?
It's supposed to be even fucking hotter.
So the chat right now is arguing whether or not horror and 5e work together. So Snarpo saying no because the characters are superheroes. And Nephilis Nile is saying that they disagree. It can work well if your party is set up to deal with it. Okay, so my way in on this before we head out tonight is I'm going to say that any role-playing system can lean into horror and drama in spite of its mechanics.
Yeah.
If you're because like your caveat there is that if your players are up for it, or if the party is set up to deal with it, which means that your players are leaning into the role playing. I feel that Dungeons and Dragons dice engine is inherently player favoring, I suppose I should say. And the level progression makes it so that there is always a sense of growth and strength even if it's just incremental. There is an incremental, it's like going to the gym. You're going to build more muscle the more you do it, and it feels good. Whereas other games like Call of Cthulhu, Chronicles, or World of Darkness games are designed to be horror focused, where failure is more common. And if you watch a one-shot that we did the other night, there's going to be a minor spoiler for it. One of the characters just straight up dies. Like, is hurt one time, and a ghost rips their heart out. Because it was terrifying, and that was... Shh, don't spoil it. But I agree. Yeah. Any role-playing game can be horror. It's just way trickier in D&D because you got the mechanics working against it. Right?
Well, I think the trick with D&D is partially that you have to lean heavily on the descriptor. It's not that you are frightened, it's that you have to freak your players out with the description.
That's it right
yes.
there. It's
So
like building
you
a
have to be the one
situation.
putting all the work in to make it a freaky, creepy area.
Yeah, that's right. You have to put in twice as much work because the
DM.
system isn't disempowering itself, right? Because
Yeah.
like you go into a creepy room as a mortal in the World of Darkness, that's freaky. You because you're very fragile. But in D&D, you're like this is why in when I ran Curse of Strahd, I was really nervous about having Amy play a paladin, because I'm like, a paladin in Ravenloft is like, unless you're like ready for a fall story, is really kind of, you're immune to disease. You can cure with a touch. You can cure disease with a touch. You can radiate light. You can smite. Like, there's all these things where it's like, I throw a vampire at you. Well, crap. Right? But, yeah, it's harder. But no, I agree. You can do it. It is harder. Which is why Rime of the Frostmaiden wasn't as spoopy as it could be. Now, I
I feel like you did a really good job with the intro episode.
Yeah.
Of the first episode of Rime?
Yeah, like building that, like the horror aspect. I feel like early Rime had a lot more of that atmospheric horror that we were like kind of expecting. But as we've like gotten like stronger and we've been thrown into different situations, and like the module has like shifted so much that it's not really horror-y anymore.
Yeah.
And
I
we
feel like
also
they
in the
probably
caves
could've done a lot more.
avoided the fucking thing monster essentially.
Yes. Oh, by the way, that thing messes... Okay, hold on. You want to hear what that thing does?
I
Real quick?
do, because
Okay.
I was like, fuck yeah, let's fuck with it. But
Okay,
then we use the arcane eye and we're like, well, fuck you.
Okay,
then.
hold on. So what Hayden's talking about is, as they were going through the caves of hunger, there is a thing in the ice. I will show it to you. So there it is. You see that right there? That
Tentacle
squid.
shadow.
There's a tentacle shadow here. So what this does, and I'm gonna call game after this, but if you go up to that is the Ice Crypt, the Den of Death. What the hell is it? It is H31. Of course, I wasn't far enough. Okay.
Yeah, Chef brings up a good point. The 2 dragon scenes with our
Thank you.
Vitress.
I threw my
Those-
back out trying to make that scary.
Holy
Those were
shit.
so good.
Thank you.
Oh,
That was
I'm glad. It's why I messaged Kelly being like, hey, could I cure my dragon frightness?
Yep,
and
you
it's
could.
like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to play her because I like that was so good that I want the Visser to still get frightened if we deal with the dragon stuff.
I think, yeah.
Oh no,
'Cause
I was
that
gonna
was
say, I'm
scary.
like, was it the dragon shit where I got the terrified giggles where I just started fucking
Yeah,
laughing?
you and I both started laughing.
Yeah, I just started
Yeah.
fucking laughing because I was
Yeah.
like, you're like, my dude's like, no, I'm freaking out.
Well, then
So-
we were in the hut too the second time when
I'm like, and because it wasn't my hut, I could.
Yeah. The thing
We were
about
trying to
this
get you
is,
in.
though, now I got to ask, Robin, since you've been in both games and you're saying that was so good, that intense, compare that against Ghost Hunters. Right? Like, see the
Yeah.
difference in how easy it was to make that intense right off the
Yeah.
bat and just be like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, a door shuts behind you. And you're like, what the shit? Okay.
yeah.
So, here it is. A flat sheet of cloudy ice forms one wall of this 40-foot high cavern. Something dark and humongous shifts behind the wall, its tentacles waving unimpeded. You become aware you are not alone inside your mind. Somehow, this horror from another world has wormed its way inside of you. Something beyond mortal comprehension exists in this particularly inside of the wall of ice and partially within some distant horrific demiplane. As this otherworldly entity peers into the cavern, visitors risk losing their sanity. Any creature that comes within 20 feet of the wall is targeted by the Dominate Monster spell. The entity can concentrate on up to 10 such spells at a time. Any creature that saves against it can't be targeted by the effect again. On a fail, the creature stands perfectly still and does nothing while the alien entity probes its mind for 1 hour. If a creature remains under the spell's effect for the full duration, it must make a DC 15 int save or take 8 d10 psychic damage, or half as much on a success. Whether the save succeeds or fails, creatures are subjected to the hour-long probe also gain a random long-term madness. The ice wall has a AC of 13, vulnerability to fire damage, immunity to cold, poison, and psychic. If the wall takes 50 points of damage, a large crack forms on the surface, the alien entity withdraws into its distant demiplane, never to return. I would have changed that entirely, because that to me sounds like a game-ending scenario right there, rather than a woo, you know.
Yep.
Also, and that's one of the things that I have a problem with certain parts of this module, is the idea of, hey, this is another world. This is like a godlike Cthulhu monster. Make me a save DC 15. Really?
Yeah.
DC 15?
Only-
Lysithian has higher saves than that on their spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? I would have said DC 20. When I want to hurt a player, I say DC 20. If it's impossible, I say 25. If it's like, hey, a god is trying to charm you, DC 30. Because Basir, from Shards of Nirn and Reign of Emrys from our generic fantasy setting of Elos, the party goddess, if she asks you to go out drinking, that's a DC 30 wisdom, or pardon me, charisma save, not to go get drunk.
Yeah, like the sure, Cat could make that save.
She wouldn't
But
want to. Cat would have disadvantage. She's a hot woman with one boob out.
Yeah, Cat would relent.
It's just like,
Done. Let's go. To quote Hayden, let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go! I like that you have the fucking. You know me. It's always this. Let's fucking go, bitch.
so good. All right, so but anyway, that's just what I think the D&D is. D&D is a great game, but there are certain things that makes it, like the mechanics of it, a lot. They're empowering. They prevent, and at the same point, I find them disempowering in many ways because I'm used to a freeform magic system where I can literally do anything I want, and now I look at spells where I'm like, oh, well, I want to do a firewall in the air in front of a dragon. It's like, well, it has to be on a solid surface. Dicks.
Not anymore.
Magic is so non-magical at times, but it has to be for gameplay balance. But anyway, what about Haster bastard? Anyway, folks, that's gonna be it for us tonight from Rime of the Frostmaiden. Don't get me wrong, we love D&D. I'm just saying that every system has its limitations, and if you want to see what I can really do with horror, you should definitely come to Mage the Ascension, the Victorian era, which definitely won't be a horror game at all.
Oh, shit.
Of course not.
Starting on
God.
July 24th here on Dork Tales.
Oh god, it's Isles.
It's
Oh
so
my
soon.
god. Oh my god.
I'm not ready.
No, me neither.
Hayden, you got to watch a couple episodes. I think you're really going to
know.
like it.
Probably.
If I could have you on Saturday nights, I would.
I know. I would if I could, my love.
All right, so folks, that's it for us. Love you very much. Good night.